Seth Wickersham is our guest here, but Jeff Deforrest, Mike Lubitz, and it's very interesting. This new book he has out, Better to Be Feared, about the Patriots organization. And it's interesting to me, Seth, how you were able to get this access to the team, because the Patriots organization for the last 20 years under Belichick, especially, very insulated, very secretive. You would think even the KGB couldn't crack the codes of some of the things that they are up to and the way that they're operating. And were it not for the fact that they were trying to bust some John at that Asian spa in Jupiter, who knew anything about Bobby Kraft? And imagine the cops are sitting there on the surveillance car and they're going, "Hey, you'll never believe we just walked in there. Isn't that the guy that owns the Patriots?"
Oh, my God.
Otherwise, we know nothing about this organization. How were you able to gain this kind of access to get on the inside and actually be internally involved with the Patriots organization?
Yes, they're secretive. I mean, the opposing coaches around the NFL call Belichick and the Patriots organization the Kremlin. But
the guys all around the table, every one of them had a casino destination as their favorite vacation. And Marty Sachs' wife, the lovely Vicky Sachs, stepped up to give her version of what her favorite vacation is. And she's in the travel business, so she's been everywhere. I mean, she's talking about safaris in Africa. Lubie, you've been to Thailand.
Yes.
And she said when she first met Marty, after about 15 trips together, she finally looked him in the eye and said, "Can we go somewhere that doesn't involve a casino?"
Their life story.
Why? And every guy's story involved some kind of casino trip. It was either Vegas or, in my case, a racetrack or the Bahamas. Every single one of them involved a casino. And all of the women were just on the opposite page. Right? They're talking about having wine and cheese outside somewhere in Tuscany. And we're thinking, all of the guys are looking at each other as this conversation is taking place. And what the hell's the point of that?
I love it.
The time.
Wake up with Defo, joined by Lubie. Welcome to the Defo Show.
Morning, feeling kind of funny. Tuesday, Wednesday, man, I think about money. Wake out in the cold, cold sweat, thinking about that winning bet. Thursday night, I'm feeling alright. Degenerate Friday's in my side. Degenerate Friday, Degenerate Friday. I said Degenerate Friday, Degenerate Friday. People told just if I half away, every single day will be Degenerate Friday. Well, Lubie don't like it, but that's okay. Jimmy Mark's gotta pick the winners anyway. Yeah, it's my favorite day of the week. Got my on a winning streak. Boys down Deel, they love the show. They follow our picks and make some dough. Degenerate Friday, Degenerate Friday. I said Degenerate Friday, Degenerate Friday. People told just if I half away, every single day will be Degenerate Friday.
And on a beautiful Friday, welcome to the show. A Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday here on Ion Channel, ionchannel.com. Just Google the Defo Show. You can find us. Jeff Deforrest, and, of course, the great one himself, Mr. Jersey Kyle Martinez, coming in off a wickedly rough Thanksgiving weekend. I think you added one to the legacy of the blown Thanksgiving dinners. We'll get into that. And, of course, kind of producing on the side here and participating, as he often does, is one Mike Lubitz, who has his own separate sector here at Ion Channel and the Ion Channel studios, where we're happy to be superimposed over Gulfstream Park. And did I blow a note in there? What happens today, Jersey Kyle Martinez?
Opening day for your favorite time of the year. The championship meet begins at beautiful Gulfstream Park.
The horses are on the track for the first race of this year's championship meet. Welcome to Gulfstream Park. And we're happy to be associated with Gulfstream Park during the championship meet, or any time for that matter. We don't care if it's a Tuesday afternoon and they had to run a special day to accommodate some kind of quirky legislative, malfunction, where they had to run on like June 1st, even though the horses were all out of town. Hey, get some horses in here. But it's always great being out at Gulfstream Park, and we're happy to have the scoreboard there in the background, and it feels like we're at the track, which is great. Now, you've worked with many tremendous directors before we get into the gist of the matter here on a Degenerate Friday, and wow, I mean, once again, all you have to do is look at my New York Post. They don't even bring me the rest of the paper anymore because there's so many point spreads here. And I have a game that if you bet this game, you can bet your eyeballs on this thing. You can bet whatever it is. You can bet your ability to ever have another bowel movement again on this ball game.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
This game cannot lose.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's an obscure game, and I was thinking this, how wonderful is the world today when you can get down on Kennesaw State versus East Tennessee State and actually run into somebody that has an opinion on that game. How sick has the world become? But you work with so many directors. I mean, you're with Coppola, Scorsese. They had you cast as a few people know this, that you were an extra in Goodfellas. Like a lot of people don't know that Vito Antuofermo was the bodyguard in Godfather, I guess that was Godfather 3, to Joey Zaza, played by Montana, Joe Montana, right? We had him on our show one time, and the only thing we talked about was that scene.
He did.
He got awards for winning Shakespearean acting competitions, but all we cared about was his one move through Godfather as Joey Zaza, and he remembered Antuofermo, which was great. But you've worked with all these guys, Tarantino. Have you ever worked with a director as positive and energetic as one Mike Lubitz?
I'm not a director.
Where
you calling me a director now?
What is he?
Where before a
I'm a
show,
director.
I mean, he's Cecil B. DeLubitz, right? As named by Evan. Don't mention my name, right? I think he whiffed on something that was like so obvious. There was like a day that, everybody in the world was playing the same clip.
Yes.
And, with Lubie, it was went right by.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, that happened today.
And that's how we got the name Cecil B. DeLubitz. But doing a fine job over there because, you need a little dose of enthusiasm. You're starting up a show and you're thinking, you would like the guys around the set to go, okay, go get him, man.
You want that from me?
Today's going to be our day. And what do you get from Lubie?
I don't think you're ever getting that
1
from me.
minute.
That's it.
2 minutes. No, I said 1 minute.
He's self-motivated. That's how I feel.
How was the holiday thing? I mean, we have to get into this because you love the tracking of the storylines of my blown Thanksgiving dinners, which we've outlined many times leading into the holiday here on Ion Channel. I think the people are well aware what we had the turkey in the canal. That was the ugliest of the incidents. We had the uncooked fried turkey that I took to a restaurant. I don't want to mention any names here, but that cook is no longer with them, I can assure you. Who tried to kill everybody on our Thanksgiving dinner.
Yes, that was a bad one. And then there was one where you got stuck in the Bahamas, or somebody got left in the Bahamas. I don't know.
I left a girl in the Bahamas who had paid for the trip and came home a day early so I could see another woman.
Yeah, that worked out well.
Then I had to see them both on Thanksgiving, and that's a tough one. Now, where are you going?
Well, you
We
always
just ate.
you always, I mean, in the family thing, you always got that one guy that, the aunt or the uncle or the drunken brother, you're always
Well, in your case,
it
was the evil
yeah.
brother, yeah. I mean, let's just put it right on the table here. Right there where it belongs.
Well, I mean, it's not good, like when that one aunt that always comes over for the, the Thanksgiving dinner, and you've brought a new girl to the dinner table that year,
Did you bring the lovely Karen?
No, I didn't.
I
But
knew her from before.
No.
when
This
you dumped her.
didn't happen this year. I'm just
Okay.
going back into many years of many blown Thanksgiving dinners.
You
and,
had a history of this also. I
yeah,
didn't realize that.
and I mean, and the aunt will say something to, along the lines of, well, I don't really like this woman that you brought to dinner. And say it right in
That
front
was
of
my
her.
mother. Yeah, I mean,
And right in front of
who's
the,
she is
Yeah,
always
yeah.
the question.
but then this year there was some alcohol involved. Usually, it starts out as a festive thing
Yes.
where you have that initial toast and give thanks to all the wonderful things.
People
that
wondered when you opened your own distributorship.
Next thing you know, there's like the dark meat is flying across the table, and then some type of a Donnybrook sometimes will break
You
out.
need a cut man at your family dinners. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
The brawl
calling-
for it all,
You were sorry Angelo Dundee checked out.
If we-
We're all for it all.
If we lived closer to the beach, it would have been the war at the shore,
Yes.
but actually, good news came of
So
this.
is that the Century Village in Boca? Or is
Yes.
Can I say
Yeah.
what is all this
Yeah.
happening?
Yeah, the Cemetery Village out there on
Oh, it
Lions.
can get ugly out there at Century Village. I mean, it's like going to a soccer game in Colombia.
Well, I mean, you remember the Summer Olympics that they had at the one in Hollywood when
Yeah.
your dad lit up the board in the basketball tournament with 6 points.
It was fantastic too, and then he was all upset because he, wasn't getting credit for the fact that at 5'4" he was playing a low post there. But
Yes.
in the program, they listed all of the players at the height they used to be, which I thought was great because he was like 5'10" at one time.
He lost 6
Well,
inches.
the fact that when what's his name Goldberg
Oh my
banged
God!
the one guy banged into your father and
Oh,
went
yeah.
down.
And Zakovich too, a cheap shot artist. What a son of a bitch that guy was.
And
Hey,
they, called,
Irving, enough with the low bridging already.
and they called your father a T and sat him down.
They teed him up.
They teed him up right there.
All right, so what triggered all of this animosity
Well,
at
I
the?
I think it was
Martinez
the
dinner.
booze. Obviously, it was the booze.
Or was there action on the games? I mean, you had 3 football games on board there, and I think we were wrong about all of them. No, we had the spread covered.
on
the Lion
Lions.
game. We got the
Lions,
Lion
yeah, but
cover.
that was depressing. I mean, because the Lions money line was the play.
Well,
Yep,
one
we
door
thought.
one door closes and another door opens. So because of all this action, and then there was, obviously I didn't go over to see Karen for Thanksgiving.
that had to create.
So you didn't spend any time. You guys didn't do Thanksgiving together?
No, we had no
Oh, Jesus.
real contact.
You've been together a while
That's
now.
it. You know what? Let me mark my skerecard right here.
Karen.
Karen
The
won.
weirdest-
Jersey Kyle 0, and that's the way it's going to end up here. Another shutout for Kershaw. Wow, he goes 9 strong ones today. You
You're in
didn't even have to
relationships.
look at the bullpen once, old Walter O'Malley. What?
You've known me for a number of years. I'm just not good at this kind of thing. So anyway, where did
Affairs of the heart and degeneracy do not go well. There's no symmetry there.
So where did I end up the day after Thanksgiving? Where most people that end up having a blown Thanksgiving dinner end up
Racetrack,
jewelry
Gulfstream
store.
Park, yeah.
at the track. At
Wasn't
beautiful-
even open. You were there.
at the track.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no place else to go to get rid of that feeling and just to purge all of that nastiness that went on the day before. Then spend a few hours with your friends down at the track. And, I've been kind of watching,
How'd you get that one by the girlfriend? You just
I was gonna
stiffed
say,
her.
wouldn't it be the
Stiffed her
jewelry
in the
store?
wrong way, in the literal sense.
what do you mean, how did I
On
get it by?
Thanksgiving.
She's still not talking to me. I mean,
Oh,
she
okay.
doesn't know where I am. I could be on Mars
I
right
made
now.
all this food. No, she's not an old Jewish woman. I made all this food and you don't even call me?
But anyway, so I ended
Bringing
up down
that
at the
to
track,
God.
and I mean, you are
live
always.
on a high wire.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
You're like the Melendez.
I'm one of the flying Melendas. I am. I love life that way.
Hey,
though.
Nick, watch out for the wind.
But the nice part about it is I know you've been tracking the numbers here at Ion Channel, and just
It's exploding according to Jack Napier.
Google Defo,
Exploding.
and boom, it comes up. The Defo Show,
Yeah, yeah.
and I ran into a few guys down at the track. One Fat Mikey,
I think
who
his name is Chicago Mikey. He prefers to be known.
he'd like to be known as that, but I was introduced to him
You
as
call him Fat Mikey?
Fat-
I mean,
Fat
he's
Mikey.
a big fan of the show. What are
loves
you
the
talking
show. I
about?
just wanted to let you know.
Well, he won't be watching or listening
Yeah, exactly. That
anymore.
would be-
No, he will be watching because he gives Mark Lawrence 2 thumbs up.
Oh, well,
He's-
that's it. You know what? It wouldn't matter how much we insulted this guy. If you have a guy that can pick winners,
as
Yeah,
long
who
as
cares?
Lawrence
Yeah.
keeps picking winners,
love the show.
he's going to keep watching the show. Then I got a buddy up there in Volusia. I don't know if they can tell what county.
When
these
do
things-
you find out, though, that the guy that's been giving you winners like a couple of times was actually delusional and was barely like a couple of days off probation from whatever mental hospital he was in for the last 6 years?
Well, I
And
got
you
to
realize that he had no clue what he was doing. He just was giving you horses, and by just a quirk of fate, they ended up winning.
Well, listen, I just want to let you know because I know you're worried about this, and I do tune in every day and watch the show even when I'm not on the show.
But
But-
you hate the show when you're not on it.
No, I do. I don't. I do.
You're the one that puts all those comments up there that has Jack.
Yeah.
This show
Brad going
blows.
crazy.
Yeah.
The show
I'm like,
sucks.
dude, you're on it.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
you know what that triggers on social media, like just a stream of consciousness coming from the next 100 people. Yeah, you're right. They suck.
Well, you like to always write. Yeah, it sucks because you're on it, which is
Well,
your
I mean,
comment every week.
You be the judge, people.
But I want
So
you
far, he's insulted our only fan, Fat Mikey.
to. No, I want to just tell you
Also
that
known as Chicago Mike to his friends.
another good friend of mine, DJ Glenn, he's in a halfway house up in Volusia County. You're big in the halfway house. I mean, they
We
love
always
this show.
were.
Yeah,
guys
they love
that were
this show up
incarcerated.
there.
I mean, we had a big crowd in the Broward County
County
jail,
jail
for
system.
a long time, including many of the people that were working on the other side of the law there that were, in charge of keeping the guys under control. But because any number of like public defenders would call and go, "Hey, who did Mark Lawrence have?"
Very
The
nice.
Chiefs
Honestly,
game.
Yes, very
Is he
nice.
going with the dog? I'm like, well, what do you think?
Yeah,
Of
no,
course he is. Mark's
dog.
going to be with us later on here. Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, brought to you by the great people at Gulfstream Park. You got Jersey Kyle out here. So you ended up at the track, and you haven't spoken to your girlfriend since Thanksgiving. That's good. That's a nice lead. And you guys don't do Hanukkah, right?
Well, no, but it could save a couple of bucks during the Christmas holidays.
Martinis
If we're
and an
still
Italian
not
girl.
talking,
Yeah.
I won't have to buy any presents.
No, then you got to buy more. Everybody knows that.
Oh, to get back in.
Get back in. You got to, maybe go to some guy. You know a couple of guys that fence merchandise.
Yes.
Go to a jewelry store.
Got to go to
They
a
have
guy who hangs out.
That
at
was
the-
always hard to explain why there was no receipt.
You don't have to go to an alley
Why
to
is
buy
it
jewelry.
Why is it that you go shopping with a guy that hangs out at the 8th pole?
Yeah, like, I don't
Goes-
get
I tell you what, I
mean,
mean, I don't want to mention any names, but our good friend at Jaybird, he took me into a neighborhood to
As you mentioned his name.
buy a ring.
yes.
A great deal. I mean, probably the best. I know nothing about jewelry, so you could take me to the cleaners. You could sell me some cubic zirc, and I would pay for it like it was an original Picasso.
The problem was with that ring that the body was still warm that he took it off of. I mean,
You have to
Jesus.
take into consideration when negotiating the price. You just took it off a dead guy. You
Yeah.
want how much?
it's unbelievable the deals you get.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, back alley shopping with Jeff Deforrest. It's going to be on the shopping network next week.
So you managed to ruin Thanksgiving for everybody, not just yourself. Although you had a good time because, of course, you ended up doing, and this is a guy thing, right? On a Degenerate Friday, what would be more appropriate than the guy doing exactly what he wanted to do all along? No matter how convoluted the logic was that you got there,
Yes.
you ended up at the track on Thanksgiving Day.
It could have been seen as a planned event, but
No, you got mad on purpose at somebody.
Right.
Now you weren't speaking. You
Mad on
ended up
purpose.
like inviting some people you really didn't want to be with to the dinner that you knew was going to, ruin it for you and your family. And so you left the people with them, and you're off to the racetrack. I
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
And it's opening day today at Gulfstream Park for the championship meet. That should be a lot of fun. Now, I had an interesting mathematical proposition going on Thanksgiving Day because I spent the time with my grandson. Well, I have two grandsons, but our grandchildren, I guess it would be. They're both sons. And they're both sons. That's a good thing. The tradition will go on forever.
may your first child be a masculine one.
Good kids, man. And the one, he's 6 years old now, so he sort of, understands.
So he's handicapping the racing for him.
This was great, man. He asked me to teach him a few principles of degeneracy.
Nice.
And, he was looking at the New York Post handicapping competition that they have every year. They're picking college games. So they're picking a lot of games, right? So this shows you how difficult it is for all you people out there that are going and making like 16 parlays. You might want to rethink your position, no? Because here are like supposedly top handicappers, guys that are into this stuff. They have all kinds of information. Look, brilliant logic here,
Yes.
explaining all of their selections. And the only guy, there's one guy above 500 of any significance, and he's 106 and 85.
Nice.
Okay, it's a guy named Ted Homeland, 106 and 85. This is picking college football against the point spread. So they picked like 190 games.
How many games?
190 games. It sounds like you at the sports book.
Yeah,
I'll
I was
take
like,
them all. No, that's a Larry the Leaper move, right?
Yeah, no,
Maybe even Chicago, as you call him.
Fat Mikey.
See, I can't say it.
Oh, you could.
All right, so here's the deal, Larry. So Homeland is 21 games over 500.
Right.
So Liam comes to me, 6 years old, this kid. I mean, bright mind. I mean, this is a kid that's going to end up doing something in math that even eclipses the great Rene Descartes. You remember him, right? Wasn't he a jockey in Louisiana?
Didn't he win the Arlington Million?
And the four-ball iron ruler is ridden by Rene Descartes. He might
Yeah.
have been around when iron
Him
ruler
and
was
Jean-Luc
running.
Semin, I think they rode together.
Sabine on the green. You can't go wrong with that. But so anyway, my son, my grandson, 6 years old, Liam Deforrest,
Yes.
comes
Gabe-
up to me and says, Dad, Grandpa, can you teach me how to factor in the juice?
No, he did not.
Shut
This
up.
is what he wanted to know. Okay. And you know what? When you look at it, it's kind of interesting because you're thinking, wow, look at this guy, man. He's 21 games over 500. But when you factor in the juice, which is the genius of this grandkid of mine, he really is up like $10 for the year because you're betting 110 to win 100. So he's laid out 21 extra, 10 spots. And he's only gotten back, he's only cashed on one of them then. So every time he lays out that 110 to win 100, that's where you're ending up losing. So he basically is hitting at a 54% clip to break even. Break even, my friend. And the only guy that is even in a position to break even is 21 games over, and everybody else, it's burial city.
So now
These are experts.
Liam Deforrest now has a line in the New York Post for his picks. I mean, what's going on here?
Well, he gives like gambling tips, but the gambling tips, you know what? I mean, that disclaimer that you see on gambling ads is really a bunch of bullshit, is it not? I mean, think about it straight up. Where they say, well, gamble responsibly.
Yeah, okay.
When have you, Jersey Kyle Martinez, in your lifetime ever gambled responsibly? And is it not just an absolute oxymoron to begin with, as in moron, the emphasis, to think that you can gamble responsibly? Oh, well, I only bet money that I have is like extra cash. Well, why don't you just throw it out the car window then if it's weighing you down so heavily?
Yeah, this line of logic is coming from a guy that if he didn't hit the late double at Balmoral, would have been stuck in Vegas for an extra 2 weeks. I mean,
Exactly.
come on.
That was roulette, that story, and that was a true story. Yeah, 23 red, Michael Jordan. Had it surrounded, man. Is there any better feeling when you can't even look, like as the ball's going around the wheel? You can't even look. Like you're covering your eyes. You got all your last few
It's your
bucks
last 20.
piled on there. You're not going to be able to check out at a hotel. You're going to have to go out a fire exit. Oh, yeah, I'll be back. No,
Yeah,
my bags, don't worry. You keep them right there. You leave them with the bellhop. You don't even want your stuff.
Well, you could try the move that you did in Kentucky and bill it to another guy's credit card. The way we got out of that one.
Well, that was good, yeah, but he eventually realized.
Eventually got caught. Yeah, like the forest, you'll always get caught.
I don't want him to besmirch my reputation.
Yes.
With certain people. So we had to go ahead and pay up on that one. But
Right.
yeah, so you can't even look at the ball. It's rolling around the wheel there. And then all of a sudden you hear the guy go 23 red. And you're thinking, that's me. It doesn't happen often. It happens with you. You have serendipitous luck. I don't have this kind of luck. Usually it ends in disaster and you end up with nothing. But in this, on this occasion, first time ever really playing the roulette wheel, all of a sudden I looked, I said, there's a pyramid on there.
Yes.
And they're all my chips.
That was very nice.
Oh, man. Is there any better feeling than when they just shovel a ridiculous stack? I know they're all dollars, but they shovel a ridiculous stack of chips in your face. It's fantastic.
That's great. I mean, the fact that you were able to actually leave town was good. You could afford a plane ticket
Yes,
now.
that helps.
What a relief it is, huh, to get out.
Oh, God, don't
Getting
get down.
out on wagering. I mean, right? You go to the track, you're immediately stuck. I've seen the look on your face. You're determined. I mean, you'll dig your way out of a hole. You believe in yourself, which is good. You
I will
gamble to your
fight back. Yeah.
personality.
I mean, I'll even make the walk of shame and go to the all thoroughbred machine, the ATM.
I saw you there. Yeah.
I'll even take out another couple of
A
hundred.
siren goes off. You're trying to cover the fact that you're going there to your friends. Oh, I only came with 100 today, and that kind of line of logic that you're giving people, and then you're trying to sneak off to the ATM, and all of a sudden, like a guy with a bullhorn goes, "It's Martinez, Kyle Martinez." It's like you blew my cover, man.
Yeah,
I was going to say that I hit an exact there, and I got back 600. Here's the deuce you loaned me.
I love the logic.
Would you mind waiting till the end of the day before I paid you back that deuce?
Yes.
That's the way that goes. All right. I don't know. You're inclined to do this. I am not inclined to bet against the devil. So we can get into that and explore that here on a Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. Deel Volkswagen, by the way, I mean, the lovely Anna, we'll be seeing her, I guess, at that Patriot game. I think it closes out the season. It might actually be next year.
Yeah.
Could a lot be at stake in that game for the Miami Dolphins?
It could be.
Yes.
You think? You do, Lubie?
Well, they should win these next two, so they'll be 500. 500 in this AFC gets you in the playoff picture.
Yeah, like teams are 5 and 7.
They're only a game and a half out right now.
Not only in the hunt, they're wearing safari hats.
Exactly.
Like with a big elephant gun.
Until the Jets come down here on the 18th and beat them.
Well,
on the
they'll lose
19th.
that
They're like
game. Yeah,
20
that was that
teams listed as in the hunt in the wild card. They're all 5 and 7 after 12 games of the NFL season. That's how impossible it can be. But can you bet against the devil? I don't know. Well, you're inclined to do that, and you'll bet on the devil also.
Who is the devil? Who are we betting
I
against?
presume the Patriots.
Come on,
What I think he's
no,
getting.
it's not Belichick. I mean, it's so obvious. Should be anyway to our viewers and listeners out there. We'll come back with that. Deel Volkswagen. Oh, you just scored a car there, Jack. Jack Namer's looking for a Tiguan.
She did it again. I mean, I called
Anna and the crew.
I called Anna. Come on down. There's one coming off the truck. As it was coming off the truck, my daughter said, "I like it."
The wheels have barely hit the ground.
Barely hit the ground. And the next thing you know, she wrote it up, came up with a great number. Give me another number, I told her. She gave me a better number.
And there were guys screaming behind you saying, I'll pay whatever.
They wanted that car. I mean, it was a beautiful
Yeah.
Tiguan. Just came off just like yours, except the
Man, great car.
2022 model. They made me a great deal. And then down the road, Corey went, and it was all good.
No, they're tremendous. I mean, they're going to make you an offer you can't refuse. I mean, it's right out of this. Speaking of Coppola, unbelievable deals. Great ride. I mean, no maintenance virtually to these cars whatsoever. I got to drive the Mustang's vehicle over here.
Oh, yeah?
To the Ion Channel studios just yesterday. Man, what a sweet ride that Volkswagen Bug is. I know they went out of production with the convertibles, but and you've had Jettas and Passats, the Tiguan, even our good buddy, don't mention my name, drives a Tiguan. He's got like 2,000 miles on it.
A lot of our guys went down.
Does he ever go pick up like a pastrami sandwich or something from the local deli? This guy never leaves the house.
He very rarely leaves the house.
I hope he'll be around for opening day today.
He'll
I'm
be
sure
there.
he'll be perched there with his
No,
cigar.
he'll be there tomorrow. You know that for sure. But
All right, sounds good. But he loves his Tiguan and got a great deal, as everybody does, at Deel Volkswagen. Now, it's located in South Florida, 3601 Bird Road in Coral Gables for you local residents, or you can go online and check out the certified pre-owns. And I don't know, will Anna drive a car to Alabama or something?
she delivers. I mean, I don't know what that means.
I don't think she does it. I
Well,
feel like they have people.
No, she's personally driven
She
cars.
drives
Yeah,
it all the way to Oregon.
You want me to drive it? I'll take it up there. Yeah.
depends on the destination. I mean, if it's Southern
Might be
California,
a small fee associated with that, even at Deel Volkswagen. Anyway, it's a great place to get an automobile. DeelVolkswagen.com, and longtime sponsor here of our Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Fridays. All right, Jersey Kyle. I'm Jeff Deforrest. That is Mike Lubitz on Lubie Cam.
in the box,
Our
yeah.
handicappers at in the 8 o'clock hour. You're going to stick around for that, right?
I will.
Lawrence, the professor, and the Gambling Gourmet Mike Mayo, whose buddy took down 139,000.
That's crazy. This the same guy?
How do you take that?
This guy's won a lot.
Poker.
Oh,
That's-
nice.
That could be, something we haven't explored,
Yeah,
Jack
that's
keeps telling me, Jack Namer here at Ion Channel, you got to open your eyes, Defo, to new things.
Mayo said that he's going to get on some program, though. He's going to start getting into that walk of life that you do, because he said he put on a couple of tons over the
Oh, my
holidays.
God. This guy's
He
been
weighed-
eating like he's going to the chair, man.
Yeah, no,
You're going to outfit him. He'll be sitting on old Sparky when he's on the set here.
yeah, no. I heard that. I was listening to your lunchbox yesterday. It sounded like he fell in the lunchbox because he said he put on like a few over the holidays.
Yeah, keep telling him it's Buster Douglas, man, after he beat Tyson. And all of a sudden you see the guy in the next interview, he's 400 pounds. That ain't him.
There's only one fat Mikey now, so be careful there, mayonnaise. We don't want to, put you up there in that category.
Once you get labeled as fat,
yeah, it's over.
you're always considered fat. You could lose 100 pounds and
Hey,
nobody
fat
cares.
boy.
Hey, fatso. Everybody loves a fat man, right?
Yes,
that was Jethro Tull. All right, we're coming back with more here on Ion Channel. You catch us on Ion Channel, IonChannel.com. Also, I know you are definitely in this category where you're confused by all insurance issues.
Yes.
Does he have insurance? Hopefully he has insurance.
covered.
I do. I have
know.
full coverage. Don't ask me how I got it, but I do.
He's a geezer, man. You're not quite on Medicare.
He's
yet,
not a
right?
Medicare person.
No, not yet, but I'm getting close.
Don't worry, you will be, man. You will be. You keep this up. At HST Insurance, they understand exactly how confusing this time can be. You saw the Polyman yesterday on the set, guys.
He'd be the poster boy.
Right?
And I didn't even know where I was.
What do you mean they don't have to come up with cash? Unreal, yeah. They can help you at HST navigate your options. Whether you're looking for yourself or a policy for your family, these guys are fantastic. They have a plan that is absolutely designed for you. And that's very important because you don't want some general umbrella to be, taken over. And you got a lot of people advocating, hey, call me. You don't know how to. J.J. Walker's hawking this kind of thing. Unbelievable. So you need the right count. The trusted advisors at HST can make a plan that meets your needs. You can call them today, and they will talk to you, and that is a no-charge, no-obligation call. 855-282-8022. 855-282-8022 for HST Insurance. All right, now we're coming back in a moment. Can you bet against the devil?
I can.
Sure. Don't you?
I bet against
Isn't that
anything.
better than betting
You're
with
in
him?
bed with the devil.
I'll bet against anything.
All right, coming back with more in a moment. Now that.
The time.
Lubie, Jersey. I'm Jeff Deforrest, and it is, it's like time to bet against the devil, my friend.
All right.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Even Keel Fish Shack. You know that's a Gambling Gourmet favorite. It's right there at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard and that hopping corner of Lauderdale by the Sea. Even Keel Fish Shack, it has all the great seafood that you want. They also have some other things for landlubbers, but they're known for their oysters, grilled oysters, daily specials. Fish and chips are great. It's elevated yet casual seafood. Even Keel Fish Shack, our friends Brad and Dave and Deborah, they know how to get it done. A1A and Commercial, Lauderdale by the Sea. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet Mike Mayo sent you.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deel Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at deelvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deel a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deel Volkswagen.
Thanks so much, Rick Pitino. It was a pleasure having you on. You're welcome any Degenerate Friday to join us. Hopefully Jersey Kyle will come through. He was so worried you were coming back from Greece that he wouldn't have that boat lift in time.
Well, I signed the contract before Greece. That was 7 months ago. I came home. Electrical work would be done, but unfortunately, he's hanging out with you guys at Oakland Park.
Bonner Park today. No, that's expedited by his usual process. So you're getting the royal treatment.
Agreeable to pay him in euros, but he wouldn't do it.
If you funneled it into his home betting account, he'd be happy.
Buenos dias. The cafecito is piping hot. Why not enjoy it with Defo and Lubie? It's now time for the Defo Show.
That comes under the heading of Small World. It's a small world after all. Welcome back to the show. A Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday here on ION Channel, brought to you by the great people at Gulfstream Park. I can feel it. I can feel it in my blood. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it to my very core. Opening day, the championship meet And that is today at Gulfstream Park. What time well, you have tomorrow's form already, which I like it. I mean, it's thick and it has color photos in it.
Yes, and tomorrow, one of your favorite.
So you could go look at the nice
What are you,
horsey to
5?
your grandson
what are you,
there. Look at the nice horsey there. What do you
Yes,
think about this workout at 32 and change? Yeah.
This is the poor Derby winner that got disqualified that got us up.
Maximum security, but look at him standing at stud, my friend.
He looks good at stud. I
Yeah.
like better when they took him down because
Looks
they
like Sammy Sosa. What are
they
you talking
put,
about?
They put Country House up, and you made that big score on the trifecta.
That was nice.
So
Rarely. I mean, all degenerates understand this. Do you ever benefit from a disqualification or any kind of thing where the rules all of a sudden come under suspicion?
yeah,
Which is the NFL today, right? You think they're throwing an inordinate number of flags there? Man, no, that was clearly holding. What? That Hockley kid, the son of Ed Hockley, the guy with the
Yes.
muscles, guns, Hockley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got his kid is a referee now. He's throwing in a ridiculous number of flags for penalties that nobody else can detect.
Yeah.
When they go to the guy that's supposed to shill for the referees, like Gene Steratore or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
like the former head of officials, and
Yes.
he goes, well, you know what, that clearly, and then you see the guy like miss the punch by a mile, like that scene in The Godfather with James Caan, and you realize something's up here. That gambling has infiltrated sport to a point maybe of no return. Are these games on the level? You really have to question it.
I
At this
mean, I
point.
would hope that they are, but I know one thing that's on the
I've
level.
questioned it my whole life every time I've lost.
Only when you lose. When it goes in your favor, it was all on the level.
Well,
I
then
mean,
I got lucky.
yes. But tomorrow, just because you were asking,
Oh yeah,
The claim-
you already have like horses
the
mapped
claiming
out?
the claiming crown tomorrow, 11.
Did you handicap while you were driving over here in the dark?
I did down 595. I was handicapping with one eye and driving with the other one.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing you have some asshole on a text, message, thing. He's got his phone out, but another guy with a racing port.
Yeah, it's-
How do we really feel about that?
yeah, no,
Jersey.
it was good. It was
Especially
good.
with your vision going like it
Yes,
is.
everything's going. But 11 races tomorrow, 12 noon is post time. Claiming crown, all those great races, all for big
Yeah,
purses.
they come in from all over the country. It's fantastic. Yeah, some horse that's been a hard-hitting plater, as they used to call him in the business, running around for 32 and trying to win a race at 25,000. All of a sudden, they're running for like hundreds of thousands.
Yes, the 10th race, 100 and a quarter. Some of the earlier races are 100,000. So, it's a great day out there at Gulfstream. But if
You look
you
like
want,
Harvey Pack, by the way. I mean, the way you're going over the form here.
very excited. I mean, and you go out there today and get a little practice if you want. They're running 10 races today. So get
Wow.
out there and
I have to say this too, and it'd be great to get out to Gulfstream Park, but
Yeah.
not if you happen to catch. I don't mean to pick on this guy. He's probably a nice guy, but this guy really, he has buried more people than Levitt Weinstein. This guy, Matt Carruthers
Oh, good.
on TVG. And I mean, is he not? Talk about betting against the devil. The minute this guy says like, well, I happen to like the 3-ball in here. And you're like, 3? You just came from the window with like a stack of tickets on the 3.
No.
Talk about a human mush, man.
start ripping. Yeah,
that
no,
guy
it's
is
not
it.
good. And there's certain guys, that there's always a mush in everybody's life that will affect you. You said that Wheelchair John was a guy
If
that
the guy
anytime
came near me,
you
yeah.
were done.
Finish. No, I probably should leave the track, but you never do.
No.
And you never leave like the sports book, even though you've just lost 6 games in a row. So you're thinking, wow, what are the odds? It's the old Vitas Garolaitis thing, right? Where
That's
he
the
lost
best.
to Jimmy Connors 17 straight times. He finally won. And he says, nobody beats Vitas Garolaitis 18 times in a row.
That's my favorite quote.
No, I mean, it's great. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
But,
so it's been one of those things where you can't avoid certain mushes. But Carruthers, to me, I mean, and very authoritative about how he does a presentation. Unlike us here, I mean, you're going to give out some very shaky propositions as your dynamite horse of the century.
Yes,
later
I mean,
on the show.
Tomorrow in the 6th race, in a very unbettable race with 13 horses, I have happened to find the winner. So, I mean, stand by for that one later on before I, get ejected out of here.
All right, here's a question of the day. I thought about this. Can you bet against the devil? And the reason I bring this up is with this college football slate.
Yes.
And you have the biggest game, of course, is going to be Georgia versus Alabama. Now, the storylines are fantastic, very soap operatic, if you will.
Right.
Where, wow, it's Nick Saban And they go ahead and give him extremely generous considerations, even if he loses this game by 40 points, and still make him the 4th team in the college football playoff after getting annihilated by Georgia and showing that they had no chance to win a national championship? Or is it just the opposite? I have to get a little sound effect in there. And he figures out a way, because you can't bet against the devil.
Right.
And Saban is the devil. I mean, you could just take that B right out of there and put a T in there. He is Satan in the flesh. Nick Saban.
Wow.
Okay. A guy is half dead on the Dolphin locker room floor. Passed out. I mean, they've been working out like in pads. This guy weighs 475 pounds. Don't mention Mikey or Mayo.
Exactly. Leave them out of it.
Leave them out of it.
All right.
I saw what you were thinking.
I was not going to say anything. Mayo was the guy that said he had put on a few tons over the holiday. It wasn't me.
I don't think he said tons.
We're going to see, man.
I was listening to the show yesterday.
Not the word to use.
Lunchbox at Louis, and
he was all over it, man.
Yeah.
He was all over various restaurants and places that he hadn't been that he wanted to go to. He'll probably bring some of that up on the show here today.
You got any gift cards for Abe and Louis? Because I heard you guys talking about that yesterday.
You need like a pretty hefty one, man. If you're giving
what's Abe and Louis? Is that Italian?
It's a steakhouse.
Oh, geez.
High-end Boca.
Oh, good. In Boca?
You need somebody else's wallet if you're going there.
You know what?
You don't want to
You need a quit claim deed.
You don't
just
want
to have a martini. What are you talking
Yeah, you don't want to use your
but
money.
very, let's not denounce it, Jordan.
It's a great place. We love it.
No,
it's if you're in there on a freebie, it's absolutely fantastic.
No, it's a little steep, but I mean, the food's great. But you just
if someone's taking you out,
you got to
go to Abe
spring.
and Louis.
Well, let's hope we can make enough money on this Alabama game, because we have to figure this out.
What are you telling me to do here?
Well, you bet against the devil. I mean, Ernest Angley, was he betting against the devil?
Ernest Angley?
TV evangelist.
Yeah, no, I know who he is. He's like Reverend
Osteen, is he betting against the devil? Well, what's good about that, if he is betting, it's the money that he's being sent by the congregation.
Strike me down if this game doesn't
strike down. Grant, if you could strike down Lubie Cam and put a post office box up there in that corner, we might be able to make it through the championship meeting.
We go, Osteen.
Reverend
Benny
Ike.
Hinn, he had a good shtick. Benny Hinn, he was the guy that hit you on the forehead, and all of a sudden you went down like you were Trevor Berbick.
Yeah, you were walking again. You were gambling again. You were doing things.
But when you got up, you were fine. That was
your wallet was full of money. I mean, come on.
Betting against the devil, right? All right. So can you bet against the devil? 6.5 points you're getting with the devil.
Wow.
In this game. Nick Saban, what doesn't make sense here? That it's only 6.5, correct?
Yep.
So where does that lead your devilish, gambling, degenerate, sicko mind is to go against all logic and realize somehow the public is going to get screwed.
I think we got to talk to the professor on this one. I mean, I don't think this is even in our realm, I mean, to even take a shot here.
By all logic and any kind of statistical analysis, you would have to say that Georgia blows Alabama.
Yes.
Out of the stadium.
Right out of Atlanta. I mean, they will be in the panhandle somewhere, licking their wounds.
All right.
Right? Going, hi, the beaches are nice here in Pensacola. Those hillbillies from Alabama will be disgraced.
Oh, all right.
No, that would be by all manner of logic. But can you bet against the devil? That would be the question. And I don't know that you can here. I'm looking over the survey of the handicappers in the New York Post once again. But let's not forget, they're burying people right and left.
Let us not forget that none of them are over 500 except for one guy.
Except one guy, and with the juice when you factor that in.
Wouldn't be over
which means you lose money with every guy you're following there.
If you win, you win. And if you lose... No, it's the
it's
other
the
one.
opposite.
Right?
If you lose, you lose, and if you win, you lose.
Yeah, you love that quote.
Yes.
Yeah, what was that? If you win, you win, and if you lose...
You still win.
You still win.
Yeah, but this is the opposite.
Yeah.
If you win, you lose, and if you lose, you lose. With these people, you're always losing.
We have to get like some gambling, entity behind this program, right? We're recommending. No, we're just telling it like it is. That is you can still win.
That was in Raging Bull, and it was Pesci telling Jake LaMotta that
to throw the fight, right?
Go ahead and throw one.
Fight,
yeah, which was against his general sporting principles.
Yeah, if you win, nobody else will fight you. They're not going to give you a chance, and then if you lose, you still win because and you're the next guy on the list.
He talked him into it.
Yeah. So he took the dive, and he ended up getting the shot against Marcel Cerdan or whatever it was there. What was the in the movie? Who did he fight?
Oh, no, he fought some stiff, and then he got the shot against Marcel Cerdan, one of the greats
Yeah.
of all time, the Flying Frenchman. Man, he was fantastic. No, that was Argent. No, that was Eduardo Carpentier was the Flying Frenchman.
You guys,
I've been blanking on things lately.
Confuse the crap
I was
out of me half the
blanking on
time.
Jeff Petrie and blanking on
Weren't you and Mayo?
Bob Pickup.
Weren't you and Mayo eating jellyfish yesterday to try to get your mind?
Mayo's
back?
memory is completely shot, man. He doesn't remember what he had for lunch yesterday. He'll be joining us.
Tell him to look on his shirt if he forgot what he had.
We
It's
love you,
probably
Mike Mayo.
Still there.
Well, I've seen that happen too at Tropical Acres. I mean, he was wearing the creme brulee.
Yes. Very nice.
The valet guy, when he got out his car, he said, "Hey, how was the creme brulee?"
Why
I
are
said,
we?
"How'd you know I had it?" He goes, "It's on your shirt."
Why are we ripping Mayo? Is this a Mayo roast?
I
here?
love
No,
it.
because you love it when he takes a shot back, man.
No, he will too. He'll
Yeah.
Oh, no,
come
he'll go
loaded.
after yours.
You love
No,
it.
he will come back. He'll come back strong too. That's
All right,
what I
so
love.
did we establish anything about betting against the devil yet? No.
No,
We're going to do it, but we're scared.
You said go with Saban. Don't even try it.
Well,
Don't
you should
bet
go
it.
with Saban. No, you're going against Saban.
I'm going to go all in against him.
Yeah,
You are.
we're going against him. We're just scared of doing
But
it.
you realize it is a foolish move. I mean, it's a move that has buried more than one person.
Exactly.
So hence, if it's a foolish move, why are you doing it?
Because that's
You
how I've
moron.
gambled my whole life.
Why change now?
I've always done the thing that goes against all of your gut instincts, and it's just flat out stupid. Right?
What the hell you think, you moron?
When that guy gave me the theory about the boat neck, right? Sprint Rogers. And, this was a guy that was sitting at the Chinese buffet at the MGM Grand like 2 hours before the races even started.
You took Faber College over Syracuse. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
They had a lot of 7-year seniors.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, my friend.
But it is true. I mean, you would have to admit this if you really thought about it for a while. And Lubie, you've seen this also. People gamble to their actual personalities.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yep.
you're a swashbuckling, hey, you know what, whatever you say, I'll
Take
go
a
ahead.
shot,
You know what,
go the
screw you,
opposite.
I'm going the opposite way. And you've had a lot of success with that. And I am essentially a snibbling Jewish nebbish. With,
But you dream big and you bet. You're interesting because you can't just, like the professor I've learned, he's a business kind of savvy guy and he uses gambling with all of his savvy. You
I have to bet 3,200 here to balance out the
You have to
2,600
do
that I lost
parlays.
plus the juice.
A race will not go off at any track in the country in the afternoon. If he's at the track, he will bet every race at every track. Now, the professor will pick one game.
Yep.
He'll say, this is
And
the game.
isolated. No parlays, no over-under.
He has
He stresses out.
patience. He doesn't get stressed. The guy never sweats. I mean, he just sits there calm, chill.
You know very few people like that, though, in life. And, your boy, don't mention my name. He's like
Well,
that.
he's
very
like that.
patient. He'll sit there on the sidelines for an entire racing card, but then that's how he is in general. So he gambles to his personality.
Yeah,
Right?
no.
He doesn't leave the house other than to go out there and smoke one cigar that he's nursing to the entire meat.
It's like my buddy. It's like my buddy in Atlantic City, Big Wick. He doesn't move very fast, but he's got all the moves in Atlantic
Oh, no,
City.
but he is super slick with comps and things
Oh.
like that, and bonus points and freebies and matching.
The guy's been
Your
in Atlantic
bankroll.
City for 40 years.
Like a shell game he was.
Since they legalized gambling, and the guy has never paid for a drink and has never paid for a meal in all of those years. And he can work the comp better than any guy I've ever seen.
It's almost like he's in the media, right?
I was gonna say that
You
sounds
had
like us.
my pamphlet that it wasn't quite a book, but my year of living free.
Yes.
Thank you, Don Shula.
That's true.
I'll try the Fra Diavolo tonight.
Yes.
I had the lobster thermidor last night, if you don't mind. And you're not paying for anything, man. It was great. All right, we're coming back with more here. Gulfstream Park Championship meet. It's on. How excited are you? Remember that one year the Duke had a Shug McGahee secret steam ball win the first race, 7-ball, and once again, gambling like a snibbling Jewish nebbish. I was going to bet a $200 daily double 7-5, knowing that the 7 was a given in race number 1. And I like the 5 in the second race. So do I do it? No. I bet a $10 double when I actually got to the track. Lost the other $190 in the first race on exactas. And ended up, like shooting my wad, so to speak, by cashing out for like $67 on my
So you
$10
lose
double
for the
ticket
day.
when the 5 easily won the second race.
Yes.
I would have made like
1,300.
6,700 or something like that. Yeah, it would have been great. But, it's coming up, and I know you're very excited about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, tomorrow, 11 races, the claiming crown. I got the form for tomorrow. I'll be doing my homework tonight. Yeah, some great races, some great horses. All the trainers are back. Turf course opens tomorrow. There's turf racing, so it's gonna be great. Yeah, you got to get jump into your Chevy and zoom on down the Gulfstream tomorrow.
Yeah, going to be a lot of fun. All right, and the championship meet is on. That means the best horses and jockeys, although not your man Johnny V.
No, you told me.
Yeah, Johnny V's going out to California. John Velasquez, one of the greats. At least I read that somewhere, and hopefully that remains true. But you know why he's going out there?
No.
I don't want to insult you, my friend.
No, go ahead.
He saw that a washed-up Joe Bravo, Jersey Joe
No,
Bravo,
no.
was like dominating out there, as if he was Lafitte freaking Pink Eye.
Right. So
And,
Johnny B.
so Johnny B said, if that schmink can win, you know,
nice.
and I think Joe Bravo's packing up his tack because he saw Johnny B was coming, and he's like going to shake it up at Charlestown.
Yeah, he's listed at 4 houses at Mountaineer tonight.
He
Yeah,
just
Joe-
bought a house in West Virginia.
Yes.
That'll do that when you see Johnny B's coming for your mount. So,
Well, he is riding tomorrow. Big card at Aqueduct tomorrow, too. The Cigar Mile and some other great races. So, yeah, the big day tomorrow at
Ginobili,
Aqueduct.
huh?
Ginobili.
Is that the horse you're going to give out as a stimulus package?
No, that's not the stimulus package. I'm going to give a local horse right here at Gulfstream for tomorrow. But, yeah, keep your eye on Ginobili. You like that one.
Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday here on Ion Channel. You can catch us on Ion Channel at ionchannel.com. If you're watching this right now, obviously you figured it out.
And you Google the Defo Show, right?
Google the Defo Show, man. Just pop it up there.
It comes right up.
Yeah. I'm glad that, unfortunate indiscretion in the past when all I thought I was doing was like greasing some
That is
guy,
not the first thing anymore.
Yeah. Used to be the very first thing that popped up.
It's like
very
the fourth thing
unfortunate
now.
incident where it just shows you that the Deforrest cannot get away with anything.
Stop greasing.
Anything.
He's not a greaser.
It's just it was a common thing, that was my upbringing in Brooklyn, which I did want to make a quick allusion to that. I'll do that when we come back here. I want to remind you, though, and this is the king of confusion right here. No, we had him with us yesterday, Paulie Man, when it comes to this sort
I
of
was going
thing.
to say.
Any kind of bureaucratic stuff like
Yes.
health insurance. I didn't know that was covered. He's going to some loan shark to get like 2
He probably
dimes
would.
at 5 points a week.
To get medical
And he could have been covered, and all he had to
God.
do, and I told him, call HST. These guys are great. If you're trying to identify the most affordable health insurance plan, let's face it, it can be very, very complicated and confusing. I didn't know it. HST Insurance can help you, and they will do it for free. Whether you're looking for yourself or a package for your family, they have a plan that's absolutely designed exclusively for you. Their trusted advisors can find you a plan that meets your needs and your budget. Call them today. Free call. It's gratis, man. 855-282-8022, 855-282-8022 for HST Insurance. We can insure you this. We will have some selections on not only college football, but college and the pros from 2 great handicappers. Professor 3-1 last week. Mark Lawrence, unfortunately, came out of the corner there, and Aaron Pryor hit him with a haymaker right away.
Yeah.
Because he went 1-3, but he's been outstanding. I mean,
Yep.
he's a huge upside for the season. So, and as you said, Chicago /
Fat Mikey loves Lawrence.
Can't believe you're blowing off one of our loyal listeners here. All right, we're coming back. Mark Lawrence and the professor are going to join us in the next hour of the program as well. And Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, who I would imagine he'll be firing back at some of these
Oh, for sure.
liberties and besmirchments of his great reputation you have attacked him with here on the show.
I have not attacked him, but I will tell you that he attacked himself on the air yesterday. I just jumped on it, that's all. But I'm going to give out a horse, and I'm sure Mayo's going to say it's got no shot. That's usually what he does. So,
And he deliberately
usually
always
right.
picks another horse, in the
another
same
horse
race,
in the same
and then
race.
takes
Yeah.
the angle. This is great with prop betting being very popular.
Yes,
And he takes the angle. Well, as long as my horse beats your horse.
that's all that matters.
That's all I care about.
And he did rub that in.
Two assholes are standing by the monitor, rooting for last and next to last with their lungs
Yeah,
on the table there.
We're gonna
just
have to
beat
have
each
a-
other. Yeah.
we'll have a side bet on who's
Come
horse
on with
is-
that 5, right? The race is long over, right?
Yeah.
The 3 has already crossed the wire in front by 20.
Yes.
And you're still in it,
Yeah.
in a ding-dong battle to the finish. All right, we're coming back with more here on Ion Channel, ionchannel.com, and just Google the Defo Show. You can catch us at Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, brought to you by the great people at Gulfstream Park and Destination Sport Miami here on Ion Channel. Back with more in a moment. Now that. It's time to get cooking.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Gambling Gourmet, here for my friends at Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. You know them. It's been there for over 70 years, 2500 Griffin Road there in Dania, Fort Lauderdale. It's an institution. They've got great steaks, seafood chops, great bar, friendly vibe, good drinks, good food. And they also have a butcher shop. So if you don't want to eat in, you could take the best steaks that you want home, grill them yourself. Tropical Acres Steakhouse, they're open every day except Sunday. Go there and tell them Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, sent you.
The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the Village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com. Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers, Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes, because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat, 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deel Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy, with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at deelvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deel a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deel Volkswagen.
A chant that will scare the opponent. The chant is Broom da, broom the gay. Broom the god, they got a hooshnaga. They got a hooshnaga. They got a hooshnaga.
Yeah, we had to get rid of that guy.
It's now time for the Defo Show.
That was one of your buddies, too, right?
Yeah.
Strange cat, right? From high school?
Donnie Olecki, is out of his mind.
Oh, yeah. Was he the guy that also was hanging out at Freehold with you as a kid?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the guy.
With a limp.
That's quite a distinction, yeah.
When we stole that girl's money at lunch and then went to the track and bet it all, yeah, that was us.
I was going to show you this before we get into your Jersey Kyle Degenerate stimulus
Burials
package.
of the day.
Bailout horse of the century.
Thanks,
Okay. I don't know if this will show up well. Yeah, it does show up on
School of
camera
Glock?
here. You're watching on
The
Ion Channel.
School of Glock.
School of Glock. And
Yes.
it's like PS 20 in Brooklyn, where I went to elementary school. They installed metal detectors yesterday, and they picked up 28 guns.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Plus knives, and then people are still using brass knuckles in Brooklyn.
Brass
Yes.
knuckles.
That was quite an education we got there. It really was. But yeah, that's today's New York Post. This is not like from 1956.
And that was a grammar school. That they
I was
got.
going to say, is that elementary school?
That wasn't even high school.
You talk about hard knocks, yeah. But, I know. I love it that you were hanging out at Freehold instead of being in your high school social studies class, and that it was on the recommendation and with the blessing Of the teacher.
Of a teacher, yeah.
Who wanted you to go and bet 50 and 50 on Carmine Abatello's son.
Lola's Victory was the name of that horse. Yeah, I could still remember.
All right,
that.
how you been hitting them? You had a big score not that long ago. How did that? And I don't think you've been back since, which is kind of nice. To the racetrack.
I hit that nice exacta a couple weeks ago for.
That was fat. Yeah,
$800 exacta, and I had it a few times, so that was good.
Yeah,
but
Jack was saying, "Why don't you take me to the track that day?"
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of the other days when they were pouring quicksand onto his coffin.
Hey, you know what?
So it would sink faster.
Tomorrow may be one of those days. You never know what it's going to be. You know, I mean, every morning when I wake up, I feel like the luckiest man.
I like that you could morph right into Andy Byer right here.
There's a horse running in the third race tomorrow that I can't believe. No, in the
Chopper Charlie, that was a classic video. I don't know why that isn't more widely circulated on YouTube. It should be. If you really wanted to see the epitome, the diary of a degenerate, it was Andy Byer when they followed him around Hialeah Park that
great.
day. And then also he was in New York. They had him at a couple of locations, I believe.
I think a rainy day at Aqueduct in the winter, yeah.
And he told you how he absolutely hated the fever, Chopper Charlie. And sure enough, there was Chopper Charlie doing exactly what he said. He started to look like a jughead there in the stretch. He started flopping around like a penguin.
Sinking in the mud. But, yeah, no, tomorrow it is the claiming crown.
Yes.
And
now, for the uninitiated, they have all these horses that don't normally race for these kind of purses, that are really the nuts and bolts of the industry, as any trainer will tell you. And they're getting to run for big purses now against each other. They come in from all over the place.
And you've always got to watch for that trainer that's got a little bit on the ball. And Elizabeth Dobles, who is one of the lady trainers there at Gulfstream, but very good with turf horses. She's gone ahead and claimed this horse from a trainer that is only running at 5% winners. Now, Dobles is 18% winners. So you see the difference there. You're getting a trainer that does a little bit better with these horses. She's claimed this horse, I believe, just for the claiming crown.
Which I guess you could see that as a thread if you could spot it.
And I think I've spotted it. The morning line on this horse is 15-1. So I'm sure you're a little bit excited about that. That could really pad your pocket.
Especially excited about it if it actually does something other than the usual non-menacing sixth. Yeah. That's what the common is, the next race, right? Non-menacing sixth. Never a factor.
Listen, you can get...
Speed perished.
Listen, my ridiculous friend, you can get Paco Lopez at 2-1 with the one horse.
You could get Dwayne Lucas at 2-1.
Yes, but if you want to take,
what's the name of this horse?
If you want to take a shot on the number 3 horse in race number 6,
race
that's
6-3,
Passion Plus.
Sounds good. That's what you're trying to get back now.
I am trying.
Yeah, exactly.
After I got thrown out of Thanksgiving dinner.
How does it feel to get hit in the head with a frozen turkey? I was thrown by Max Scherzer.
I had a full head of hair before that thing whizzed by my head. But anyway, the 3.
You really got to shuck and move. It's.
It wasn't really
head movement is a key at Martinez household. Yeah.
It wasn't the frozen turkey, really. It was the it was the pies that followed it. Dessert came right
hit
out.
with a pie is not necessarily any disgrace. I mean, it can have its comedic effect.
Yeah, but I was very surprised that she could shot put that turkey the way she did. I mean, that was a 7 or 8 pound turkey.
Like the old Russian Olympian.
Yeah, no. But anyway,
does Tamara Press a shot putter, or did she throw like that stupid thing? Remember, you used to have that in gym class, the hammer throw.
I like that.
You had like a giant brick on a chain. And the game was, I mean, how prehistoric, how caveman-esque was that event there in track and field? But they would make you do it back in the day.
Yeah, and that was prior to them before they put that fence up behind you, so that if you let it go the wrong way, it
would inevitably come off the chain there. It wasn't linked on very well, and now all of a sudden this giant, massive stone is flying.
Yeah,
through the air, it breaks the school window.
3 kids over in the band, the tuba guy just gets knocked out by the hammer throw. No,
Dean Wormer comes out there and says, "You're all suspended." Yeah. All right. So when was this horse again?
Race number 6, the number 3 horse, Passion Plus, 15-1, just claimed by Elizabeth Dobles, going on the turf course, going to sit right behind the lead, and then whoosh, it's going to open up 3 in the stretch, and you guys are all
give us a little Pete Aiello here for the people at Gulfstream Park making the call on this one, because he's particularly brilliant on a closer. I would imagine he's back from some. What was this guy doing? He was in a state that had no racetrack within hundreds of miles. In fact, you were more likely to see wild horses.
I mean, I could see, as they come into the far turn, Pete probably saying, "That's Sugar Fist and Una Luna. These two have been dueling apart as they head into the stretch. But here comes Passion Plus, now zooming by and opening up 3. Passions Plus tomorrow, race number 6, 15-1 morning line. I think we'll get at least that, maybe more. He's totally going to be overlooked. But now with me giving it out, who knows? I mean,
And
Start
Marty blowing taps, people.
Marty the Party, send it in, my friend. I know you wait for these picks. Take a shot tomorrow, will you? Go into that pocket.
I'm a snibbling Jewish nebbish.
A squeaky.
I will watch your horse gallop and then curse the day that you were born, that I didn't get in on it myself.
Listen.
Right?
Squeaky,
I'll hold it against you that you won and I didn't.
You better at least have a $20 bill on this horse, okay?
All right. Well, you know what my theory on that would be. You're going to be down there, right? Gulfstream Park. Go ahead and can you squeeze me a 20?
I knew that was coming.
I don't have it on me, by the way. I don't ever bring any money
coming.
to the set here. All right, we're on Ion Channel, and we're going to have our handicappers coming up. So all of you football junkies out there, get ready. The Professor and Mark Lawrence, PlaybookSports.com. Mark Lawrence, World Championship handicapper. He's in the Westgate thing, which is the big one, right?
Yes.
And that's fantastic. So you can take his picks down. Time to get out a pen and a little piece of paper and start jotting this stuff down, or just program it into your phone. Mark Lawrence, even though he got touched up last week for 1-3, still has been outstanding all season long for us. And the Professor, another wild 3-1. That could be his new nickname, the Professor, 3-1. That's every week, 3-1. That's not too bad, right?
No, that's
even
really
if you
good.
factor in the juice, as I was teaching my grandson on Thanksgiving Day,
You always got to factor in the juice.
3-1 works.
I think
3-1 works.
I think the kid was just asking for a drink. I'm sure he wasn't looking to figure
No,
out.
he's serious about math.
Oh,
he
he's
really is. Yeah,
and
very
he's serious
intellectual.
about
Degenerate
gambling.
math?
Degenerate math.
Well, he won his first bet, and that's always
That's
the
the
ruination
worst.
of anybody, right? You go out there. I remember hitting a little exacta with 2 friends of mine at Roosevelt Raceway, and we thought, this is fun.
Yes.
Yeah. Little did you know.
I think we carved up $43 in a 3-way split. But back then, gas was a quart.
54 years later, look at you.
Yeah, exactly.
What happened to you? Any number of haymakers, right?
Yeah.
I need smelling salts to wake up in the morning. It's crazy. All right, back with our handicappers, the Professor, and also Mark Lawrence, PlaybookSports.com. Here on Ion Channel at Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. It's brought to you by the great people at Deel Volkswagen and Gulfstream Park. And don't forget, for you horse racing degenerates, of course, Hialeah Park, you're going to be in, right? Are you going on a personal entry or just in with Don't Mention?
No. I'm always going to do the personal entry there because, our guys down there at Hialeah, we love them.
Great job, yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm going to get in that tournament. I did last year. I got eliminated quickly, but
I didn't know you played in that thing.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I did play in it last year. Thank God, somebody that I
Would you
know.
give out a horse like that one, and you got on it in the tournament? That was it.
Yes, and up the track it
All
went.
in,
Now,
Johnny
tomorrow,
Jan.
this is a good one. Come on, man.
All right, very good. Yeah, but it's coming up December 12th at Hialeah Park. Not 1, but 2 seats available to the NHC. That's the big kahuna. That's happening in January, and
Yes.
that includes airfare for like 2 people, right?
That's right.
And hotel accommodations for 2. I ended up on the cot in your room, as we made it a 3-way thing there. Although I was out of the action, you guys had a monetary stake in the tournament, which could pay off at $1 million. So that well worth it. And it's a $10,000 buy-in if you had to pay your way into the tournament, which many people do, obviously, to get that kind of prize pool. So great opportunity there at Hialeah Park for like a nickel. $500 gets you in, $300 your own bankroll. You keep what you win, and or you walk out of there with 0. But nonetheless, you're in with a shot.
No, it's live money, so the money counts. Whatever you win, you win. And if you happen to have the highest total at the end of the tournament, you're going to Vegas, baby.
If you win, you win. And if you lose,
you still had a great time.
You congratulate the guy that, is going to Vegas. NHC, 2 seats available. Hialeah Park, HialeahPark.com. You can check out, how to enter, and it has the form right there on the website. All right, we're coming back with more. Jersey Kyle Martinez. Lubie's on Lubie Cam here today. I'm Jeff Deforrest, Jack Namer, and Brad Schiller. Wow, what a tremendous job they do. Amy, overwhelming support here. And we're feeling it, people. So thanks so much for tuning in here on Ion Channel. And also just go ahead and Google the Defo Show. It's taken me even a while to grasp that concept, right?
Pretty
Just
simple.
Google the Defo. I used to be afraid to Google my name, because People
It's
would
gotten
call it.
better. It's gotten a lot better over the years, thank God.
Yeah, a lot of that.
There was
old-
that ugly
down
picture
that
of me in the
garbage.
swimming pool with the pink boxing gloves that a physical trainer had put up there.
a lot of that
Trying to
old
shame me into losing weight.
Oh, yeah. That was
Yes.
great.
A lot of that old stuff though
Becca
is.
T-Bone.
Becca
Remember that,
T-Bone.
that session, those sessions were
I
torture.
remember that session. I happened to walk in on one of those one day when I walked into your backyard.
What
and
Quite an attractive woman, and let's face it. Obviously, I was not interested so
You-
much in
you
pool
laid-
exercising
yeah,
unless she was in it.
yeah, but then when I saw you laying by the side of the pool in that spandex
Oh,
suit,
my
that was
God.
not something you want to see.
Yeah, I'm not big with gadgets and all of that stuff. Just give me a ball and let me go out there and play, right?
Yeah, no.
I don't like all of these bands and this and that and dancing. Forget about it. As evidenced by the shot on the screen here.
Who could forget the Lubie aerobic
Oh,
video,
man.
which was,
See, I, on the other hand,
which was
love
one of
the
the
gadgets.
which was one of the greatest things I ever
Richard
saw.
freaking Simmons over here, man.
And then how about that boxing video of him when he was boxing in slow
Oh,
motion?
that was an embarrassment. Yeah.
That was something.
Jake LaMotta from a wheelchair was throwing better punches or crisper jabs.
Jake LaMotta from the grave threw better punches than that.
We have to run, man.
Yes, we
It's
do.
too much fun here.
I
on
would
Ion
love
Channel.
that.
We're having a great time in the Ion Channel studios. And wow, these are the people to deal with, right? Did we fall into something?
No, this is great.
Every now and then you just fall into something. It's great. All right, so we'll come back with more. Our handicappers coming up here. A Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. And also brought to you by Destination Sport Miami. Jersey Kyle Martinez, Mike Lubitz, I'm Jeff Deforrest. And back with more in a moment. Now that. I wonder what the gourmet is going to come back with. I think he's going to come back firing.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call the insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone? You can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Highly Apart. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine foods served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Highly Apart's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Highly Apart.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. you're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers, Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Hey, it's the Gambling Gourmet Mike Mayo here for my friends at Shenanigans Sports Pubs. You know them. They're great for wings, burgers, barbecue, and there's 2 locations. The original is right at TY Park, Sheridan Street and Park Road in Hollywood. Second location, the east side, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. My friend Patrick, he knows how to get it done. It's a great family-friendly atmosphere. All the big sporting events, NFL Sundays, go there. Their wings are legendary. The Shack and Grilled wings, I love them. Late night dining, daily drink specials, it's all there. Outdoor dining, go to Shenanigans and tell him Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, sent you.
Last night, Mark Lawrence, burial last night with the hook, the dagger right there in the small of my back. That hook did me in again. I should know better. What would happen to you? We've asked you this before. If you actually were giving points in a ball game, would you be able to live with yourself or look yourself in the mirror the next day?
I would probably be ordering my last meal at the same time.
There is nothing better than Defo. It's now time for the Defo Show.
I'll have the filet mignon, the lobster tail, make it a 5-pounder here. I would like a couple of quarts of Haagen-Dazs, and give me the favorite before you give me the juice.
Exactly.
On his way to the chair, he probably still wouldn't take the points. Welcome back to the show. Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. Gulfstream Championship meet gets underway today. Jersey Kyle Martinez is here. Mike Lubitz. I'm Jeff Deforrest. Eye on Channel, the place you catch us. And, of course, all you have to do is Google the Defo Show. And you want to do that anytime this man is making an appearance on the program. He's been on fire all year long. Got touched up a little bit this past week there, and we're very transparent here on the show. What was his record? No.
Yeah, exactly.
We had Mark Lawrence at 1-3, but that's off a series of like monster weeks, just a consistent winning streak since the season opened up. He's been dynamite in the Westgate handicapping championship, which is highly respected. You would have to agree, right, Kyle?
100%, yeah. The best in the world.
Won the first quarter of it, and they cashed in for like 50 dimes, split that. We're in the dead heat with one other entry, and still very much alive to take down the whole big wazoo there at the Westgate thing, which is great. You pick 5 games a week against the spread, and, it's not the easiest thing to do. You were in one of those pools. Unfortunately, I think the Westgate payoff is far more reliable than the one we were in.
You know, I don't know.
The opinions expressed by no, I mean, it was unfortunate. What
yes,
there,
it was very unfortunate.
I finished last in that pool, and I did get my deuce back, which was great.
Where's my money? I want my money, Jimmy. Jimmy, where's my money?
You'd have to mention it a few times, but nonetheless, we welcome to the show, and this guy is brilliant. Mark Lawrence, playbooksports.com, joins us here on the program. Has not given out a favorite in like
years.
the 10, 12 years that we've had him on programs.
I think he did it once.
That is amazing, and still sustains and maintains an overwhelming winning record. Mark, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing just terrific, guys. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving. And with regard to the Westgate contest you were talking about, they also have a prize. We maybe call it a Defo prize for the people that finished with the worst record in the contest.
Yes. You know what? I was usually okay in these pools. I like playing in the pool because then you're not necessarily going to your pocket every week on a week-to-week basis trying to get out. You put your couple of hundred up or whatever before the season starts. You end up having a lot of fun, especially if you're in contention. And, you can close from well out of it in a handicapping tournament on the NFL because the parity, I mean, has made it almost an impossible proposition, Mark Lawrence, to handicap. Although last night, I would have to say the Saints, did they go off only as a 5-point underdog at home in that game against the Cowboys, who everybody expected to rebound off that hideous loss they suffered at the hands of the Chiefs? But was that 5 or 6.5, that line?
That line was 5.
Oh, 5. Okay. Because that's what I was getting from my guy Francesco, who gets his lines out of the Jewish Journal.
Oh, he had Dallas?
Of course he had
oh
Dallas.
My
because,
God.
I mean, they came within an hour of calling Archie Manning the quarterback of the Saints last night. They had no shot. I mean, was that just a gimme on the board there, Mark Lawrence? What did you think? Because you're more inclined to take the points than bet the Cowboys in a game like that.
Yeah, it was, a kind of a bizarre finish, and that's what you expect, I guess, when you're on betting Thursday night teams, especially those are underdogs. And both teams were really, really beat up either injury-wise or COVID-wise. So the outcome of that game didn't surprise me one way or another.
All right. We want to get into your selections for this week. And huge games on the slate in both college and, of course, professional football. Every week is big in the National Football League. So let's get it cranking here. This is Mark Lawrence, playbooksports.com. And I see on the board there, by the miracle of the tremendous graphics department here at Ion Channel, what do you think, Jersey Kyle? Would you be inclined to believe he's taking Iowa plus 11 over Michigan in this game?
I would.
But now, what theory are you going with before we get started here?
Leaking oil, I'd say.
Oh, Exxon
no, but that's the last 2 weeks. That's the last 2 weeks.
No, that's not happening. This could be redheaded stepchild. This is some kind of bounce theory. Mark, what do you have for us on Iowa and Michigan?
Well, these are going to be out of a theory we call the flip-flop dogs.
Oh,
Flip-flop
off the board.
dogs.
Off the board.
There it is, yes.
There we go. And basically what it amounts to is the favorites in these games were underdogs who won straight up last week. Now they change roles and they dress up this week as the favorite. And they're dressing up as a favorite against teams who were favorites last week. So you got a complete role change for all four of these teams.
Degenerate cross-dressing is what you would call it. Where are those high heels? I want to wear them. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, guys, the first one we're going to go with is Iowa. You mentioned taking 11 from Michigan. This is not, you don't need a theory for a game like this to be backing Iowa in a contest like this. You've got in Michigan, the team who comes off throwing a no-hitter last week. There is no way on God's green earth that Michigan can be up to the level this week that they were at last week when they played Ohio State. I know they're playing for the college football playoff, but they have to win a game by a dozen points after a victory like that. Winning as a big dog as they did last week, it's a monumental task. And you're going to use Iowa in this particular football game, who is 6-0 as a dog in the series when Michigan's coming off back-to-back wins. And the other side of this whole thing is since the Big Ten has had their conference playoffs, it's been 10 years now, the favorite is 2-8 to the spread in these championship games.
My heart be still. Mark Lawrence, very strong performance and many good reasons to like Iowa plus 11 over Michigan. And many people also would theorize that Michigan would be a little bit off after getting this monumental victory last week over Ohio State. All right, you have Utah State getting 6 over San Diego State.
Yeah, this is the other flip-flop dog we're going to do. It's Utah State. They're taking 6 in the Mountain West Conference Championship game. Simply put, Utah State is the most improved team in college football this year. They had won one game last year. They brought a new coach in, Blake Anderson. He's turned them into a 9-win team this year. No respect for this football team. Now they dress up as an underdog. And if you look at their common opponent stats, it's like Defo, it's like you looking over the racing form and analyzing races, okay, about against common horses, other horses, how they've done in the same race. This is amazing. If you look at Utah State, they both played 7 common opponents. Utah State wins the total yards in those games by 955.
Jeez.
San Diego State, the favorite in this game, loses the yards by 148.
Wow.
That's about over 1,000 net yards favoring Utah State in this game. And you've got San Diego State, who is 1-5 to the spread laying points this year, 4-1 taking them. This is a really a good-looking flip-flop dog here. We're going to play Utah State plus the points, and I'll also play them on the money line.
Mark Lawrence, playbooksports.com with us here on our Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday here on Ion Channel. All right, moving into the pros here, and Moneyline Martinez, wow. It was a bitter pill he had to swallow with his bird. I mean, a big piece of crow, because we were all over Detroit on the money line in that game against the Chicago Bears on Thanksgiving Day. They managed to figure out a way to blow that. But you still like them getting 7 with Minnesota, and Minnesota, a hot team right now. A lot of people think they're riding a hot hand.
Yeah, well, what we're going to do here is we're going to focus in on division dogs who run the ball for 4 yards a carry. Defenses give them up 4 yards a carry. These are the meet you at the Y dogs.
Meet you at the Y.
Meet you at the Y. He's coming brand new this week.
Hey, you want to run full? Meet me at the Y.
Meet you at the Y. That's great.
All right. What's the explanation on this one, Mark Lawrence?
Well, Detroit is, first of all, they're winless, as we all know, and winless home dogs in the National Football League the second half of the season are really strong plays. Detroit did not play that way Thanksgiving Day. Now they're right back home as a home dog after Thanksgiving Day. They also have the benefit of the extra rest from Thanksgiving Day. And just coincidentally, Minnesota, when they've taken on teams that are coming off a Thursday game that have that extra rest, they're just 1-6 to the spread in those games. I think Detroit plus the 7 either wins this game or it goes down to who scores last. I have to play Detroit plus the 7.
All right. Our good friend who's with the show every Tuesday, Brett Tessa, the agent to the Stars, is the agent for that kicker for Minnesota that keeps making the game-winning field goals.
Yep.
And obviously he's making Brett even more money than he's already making because, that's a nice commodity to have, a guy that comes through in a clutch. All right. Denver plus 10 over KC. Everybody's starting to get on the bandwagon of the Chiefs, saying that they've figured it out. But you're not inclined to believe that in totality, are you, Mark Lawrence, with your pick this week?
No, because the Y numbers say Denver here. And what it basically is Denver runs for 4.5 yards a carry. Kansas City gives it up 4.6 a carry. And you're talking a double-digit dog doing all of that. And Teddy Bridgewater, guys, by the way, in his career as a starter in the National Football League, he's started 29 games on the road. He's 24-5 against the spread in those games, 11-0 against winning teams. That's the role he'll dress up against Kansas City here. And Andy Reid is terrific. Everybody knows it's well documented coming off a bye week. But he's only 3-3 laying double digits coming off a bye week. So, we're gonna dismiss that Andy Reid angle and focus clearly on this live running dog here in the Denver Broncos. We'll play them plus the 10.
Meet me at the Y. I always like the concept. Fantastic. All right, so you had 2 of those. Detroit plus 7 over Minnesota. Denver plus 10 over Kansas City. Mark Lawrence Playbook, sports.com. People love all of your stuff, including that total sheet that you put out and all of the great information. How can people get involved and get all of the good stuff you put out at playbooksports.com?
Well, that total sheet, as you referenced, the Defo, that's the Playbook totals tip sheet, and it's the only totals tip sheet in the country, and really, really a really great publication. Everything we do is online at playbooksports.com. 3 weekly newsletters, the weekly playbook, the midweek alert statistical, the daily racing form of newsletters, and that totals tip sheet. All available online, playbooksports.com.
All right. As always, a pleasure, my friend. Best of luck with your selections this week. Always great having you on the show. You have a big fan in Chicago Mike. Also known by Jersey Mike. Kyle, renamed as Fat Mikey, which he was trying to, he was trying to throw a couple of darts over at Mayo. Also, the Gambling Gourmet is going to join us here on the set here in a few moments. So, but we'll get to the bottom of that. But and you guys are not going to cross paths. As you
the stare down.
Jack Namer and Brad are going to escort you right out the door there, so you don't cross Mayo's paths. He's going to come in here on the right on the set. All right, coming back with the professor, some college football plays. Huge weekend in college football, and it gets underway tonight. I've already been handed, I believe, Oregon +3 by Francesco, who's up 20 units on me in our personal wagering battle. He makes all the picks. Never had a winning season. He's 20 over 500.
He's better than the guys in the New York Post, I can tell you that.
That's for sure.
They got one winning guy, and when you factor in the juice, according to Liam, he's only up like 1 unit. That's it. All right, we're coming back with more. The Gambling Gourmet going to join us. Mike Mayo, I see he's got a racing form and a stack of menus. No racing form? All right.
Stack of menus.
It's a sheet full of complaints.
Why do you bring a stack of menus?
Be taking a couple of shots at you while you're gone.
That's all right.
Jersey Cal.
No,
Jersey
good.
Cal Martinez, Mike Lubie, Lubitz, a Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, brought to you by the people at Gulfstream Park here on Ion Channel, ionchannel.com. HST Insurance. Give them a call for all of your insurance needs. These guys will get you a package that's designed specifically for you or your family. They give you the right count. That's what it's all about. Not a bunch of baloney here. A lot of mumbo jumbo out there. Jimmy Walker, right? JJ. Used to be a vendor at Shea. He's hawking some kind of insurance supplement.
Yeah, no, I've seen that commercial.
Yeah, he was hawking peanuts when I knew him, man. Now he's selling insurance.
Yeah, dynamite.
Dynamite, right. I mean, just may as well have your finances explode. But call HST. You'll get the right count. They can steer you right on very complicated issues when it comes to insurance. 855-282-8022. All right, so we're coming back with more in a moment. The professor on college football, and then the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo. And stick with us here on Ion Channel. Jersey Kyle Martinez, Mike Louie Lubitz. I'm Jeff Deforrest. Back in a moment. Now that. It's time to pick some more winners.
quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat 24/7. Catholic Health Services.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When I like to eat well, I love going to Cafe Seville in Fort Lauderdale. It's Gambling Gourmet approved. They're at 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. They're a Fort Lauderdale perennial. They've been there since the 80s. Joey Esposito and his better half, Sally, they've been running the joint for the better part of 2 decades. It's cozy, it's comfy, and they've got the best in Spanish and continental cuisine. They've got paella, they got shrimp with garlic sauce. They've got this stuffed veal chop that's fantastic. It's open every day except Sunday for dinners at 5 o'clock. Go to Cafe Seville on East Oakland Park Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale and tell them the Gambling Gourmet Mike Mayo sent you.
The championship meet is right around the corner at Gulfstream Park. The only place for live racing, Gulfstream's action has never been hotter. Whether it's on the track, in the casino, or part of the dining and entertainment offered at the Village of Gulfstream Park. Currently running Thursday through Sunday, Gulfstream's racing package is the best in the country, with all the top horses and people in the game pointing towards another tremendous winter season. Check out the remodeled first floor casino, open 7 days and nights a week, along with the many special events and concerts happening at Gulfstream Park. You can place your wagers from anywhere at firstbet.com. Check the calendar of events at gulfstreampark.com. Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deel Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at deelvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deel a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deel Volkswagen.
All right, so
Here's
you have
my
the poem. Let's do it.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I got DQ'd from the late double. Sorry, no champagne or caviar for you.
Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet, ladies and gentlemen.
The only way to get your morning started is with Defo, joined by Lubie, right here on the Defo Show.
All right, welcome back to the show. Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. A little bit of a change of plans here as we were unable to connect with the professor for his college football plays. We'll try and relay those to you because the man was on fire. Right? You could have hawked everything in your house and put it on a professor's picks and come away 3-1 the last umpteen weeks in a row.
He's just quitting. He's quitting while he's ahead. I think that's a smart strategy.
Which is probably the most memorable line in a good movie, American Gangster, which I've watched a zillion times. Denzel Washington and the Asian guy that he's getting the heroin from. He says, quitting while you're ahead is not the same as quitting.
Yep.
Quitting while you're ahead. And so what does a guy do? He does what every sick, degenerate gambler would do. He pours all in. He's already got billions of dollars. He's never going to be found out. He's going to live the rest of his life as a very prosperous man. He could never spend all this money, including the stuff that was buried underneath where the dog was, where the cop came and shot him there. And he would have been happy forever after, but he had to make one more bet. One more bet.
the gambler's curse.
What is that? Josh Brolin was the guy that played the cop.
Speaking of gambling movies, did you ever see the one with Adam Sandler
Yeah.
with the basketball? What was that
Uncut
called?
Gems.
Uncut
Yeah,
Gems.
I liked that a lot. That was good.
I didn't care for it as much as a lot of other people
I
did.
think it's trusty for
Kind of a brutal ending.
No, it was
It was
weird
like weird. I mean, I
That'll
was
teach a
waiting for
gambler a
something
lesson.
else to happen. I really
No, I
was,
liked it. But anyway,
good to have you on, Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet.
Good morning,
here. And,
Mr. Mayo.
I know it's a big celebration for you because you have the opening day of the championship meet at Gulfstream Park, our proud sponsors here on Ion Channel. And you've been having nothing but a good time.
yeah, but I'm having a little bit of an existential crisis today, Jeff, because the universe is expanding, and so am I.
Well, that's part of the food critic business.
My waistline. I was keeping things in check pretty well there. Then I, fell off the bike and broke my wrist, and then
Yeah, you were doing good until that.
and then just like the last 6 weeks, I've been on this eating orgy, this binge, and it's been a lot of fun, especially because I've got friends who've been just cashing big tickets, and this buddy of mine went deep in the World Poker Tour main event over at the Hard Rock this week. My buddy Willie, he finished 7th. He took home $139,000
That is a sweet score.
on a $400 satellite that got him into the $3,500 main event. So that's a pretty good score. And we had a little celebration with him. And yeah, I mean,
who out there can't relate to the whole idea? I mean, I have never won anything close to that at any time in wagering. I think my biggest score at the racetrack was like 11 grand one day. And and I'm happy with that. Yeah, it did change my betting habits a little bit because now you're figuring I have to swing a little more for the fences, and that may be a trend that you kind of have to go with today anyway. Although, you have a brilliant theory on this.
Well, no, I subscribe to the Eddie Kaplan theory.
Yes.
Bet a little to win a lot. So I put together these little
That's
tickets.
a great theory if you can.
Sometimes my biggest tickets have been on $6 trifecta, wheels, and I think one time I hit like $1,000 on a $4 pick 5 ticket or something.
Yeah. You're the guy that you hate at the track, though, because even if you're friends with a guy, you have 140, you just got split out of an agonizing trifecta that would have got you out for the year, and then you come by and go, oh, look at this, I had to pick 3 on a $3 ticket. And it pays 3 times, It's great.
But it's that's one strat. Now again, I assemble a lot of these little tickets, so I end up putting $50 or $100 into a pick 4 or pick 5. But I kind of spread out, and I don't get married to one outcome. Obviously in a pick 5.
Say married, Defo freaks out.
Yeah.
Defo starts shaking.
I've had several outcomes, and yet to be determined what the final one, if this is it, turns out to be.
So my biggest score, let me see, on the racetrack, I hit a pick 5 a few years ago it was 13 dimes. 13,000.
And you had it by yourself, or did people start hovering around that you owed money to?
No, this was I did it. It was Saratoga, but I was doing it remotely, and
that's the way to do it.
That was the last leg when I was out to dinner with my daughter and ex-wife at an Italian restaurant that I was reviewing, and it was the last leg coming up, and I had like 6 out of the 11 horses, and I just
took the phone out and watched the race at dinner.
How does that work?
With the ex-wife?
Aren't you working?
Just reminded her of all the reasons that she hated you in the first place.
Exactly.
Nice
And
call,
I had, we're looking over the wine list. We're first sitting down, but I have the phone down below. I know
you tried
the
to
payouts.
hide the phone. She knew.
I had payouts ranging from $8,000 up to $44,000.
Oh my God, you're more like Defo than I realized.
And as
then you should have shown it to both of them.
I have 2 horses coming down the stretch. Both of them I have. One for 10 dimes, one for 13 dimes. And I just said, look, I'm not going to say a word, but if I hit, you'll know by the kind of wine I order.
Yeah.
My $13,000 horse crosses the wire. I look up. I said, "Garçon, waiter, I'll have the 2005 Brunello, please."
Nice, that's a great
$400.
wine. My wife loves
wine.
that wine.
And so that was that's fun. That's the fun part of gambling.
No, it's great. I love the fact that you're in a swanky restaurant as the Gambling Gourmet, but at that time you weren't even the Gambling Gourmet, so it would be somewhat understandable if this happened. But you're sitting there, some swanky, quiet place. They got a violin guy over on the side there serenading some rich person, and the ex-wife is there with your daughter, and you get up screaming, "Come on with that 6! Come on!" Knock over a tray of truffles, and lobster tail.
I was very calm and composed. I had my poker face on. I just was sitting there.
That's hard to do, man. I would have been yelling and screaming, man. I was at a funeral, unfortunately, and that happened with Marty the Party Sachs, who called in on the trivia show yesterday. No, we were at a funeral, and we had been at the beach earlier, and we had involved and invested ourselves into a pick six. And we were 5 for 5.
Oh, geez.
As we assembled for the ceremony for the person. Okay. So he's got it on his phone. I don't even do that. I mean, I'm not sophisticated enough technically. I have to get Brad to help me, Brad Schiller to help me, just to, get my text messages. But anyway, so he whips out a phone. Because he's figuring it's about 2 minutes to post. So now it's dead quiet where we are.
Really dead quiet. It's a funeral.
Dead.
Funeral, man. People are sobbing. That's the only thing that you can hear. And we start screaming, "Come on, Luca! Come on, Luca!"
That is.
So they're looking around like, Luca. I thought the guy's name was George. You checked out.
That's the depths of degeneracy right there. And it reminds me of the old racetrack joke. You know this one, right?
Yes,
Defo, with the guy who collapses, has a heart attack, fatal. Right there on the apron as the race is being run. And as soon as the horses cross the finish line, like his friends rush over, they try to revive him. They can't. They get no pulse. And one friend looks at the other. He goes, "He's gone. He's dead." And the other friend goes through his pockets, pulls out a ticket and says, "But he's alive in the double."
Oh, no.
I actually witnessed a scene very similar to that. I don't know that they actually pulled out like live tickets. I think he was also out of the double too. This guy obviously had like zero luck. He collapsed at the track right by the gate at the old Gulfstream Park configuration. When you used to come in by the paddock area there also, there was a gate in a parking lot there. And this guy, I guess, had placed a couple of bets and, lost on the first race. And he literally collapsed. And the rescue people, the first responders, as they're now known, were on the scene there. And they did. They went through his pockets. It was like a bunch of seagulls, on a dead fish that washed up on a beach. And there's no mercy. I mean, but you know what? Those tickets were useless to him anyway. At that point,
I love the defense.
At least somebody should.
What's worse, trying to go through the pockets and fleecing a dead guy, or having a voucher pop out of the machine as the guy walks away and not screaming,
"Sir, you left $300." That's. I'm honest. I'm an Eagles guy. I can't do it.
It's a bad omen.
It's bad juju, bad karma. You gotta
give it to them. It's theirs. They're there.
All right.
Yes.
I was going to say, now that we're talking about the end, I posted this question this morning because I had a fantastic meal last night at this upscale Italian restaurant in Delray Beach called Casa La Aqua. And it just got me thinking. I had this meal that was incredible.
Is this a new joint? What's the story?
So it's been there. It was originally opened up a couple years ago on Atlantic Avenue, but then they closed down and they moved. They bought this house that is like a nice old house, and they refurbished it. And it's
I like those kind
really
of
nice dining room, cozy, but they also have a backyard area so you can have outdoor dining. And they got a couple tables up front. But anyway, it's now white truffle season. The white truffles get freshly arrived from Italy, and we have.
Oh, what's the deal on that though? Very expensive.
Yeah, very expensive. They, you shave them and they charge you by the ounce, and it's
by the ounce.
It's like $70 an ounce.
Does it come with a bag of weed? I mean,
you can bring your own, and
ounce,
it enhances the experience.
You might need some when you get the check. Yeah,
but. No, so we had they started with these grilled langoustines, and langoustines are these kind of not quite shrimp, not quite lobster. They're in between. They're very sweet and succulent,
like midget wrestlers.
And then I had the fresh made house made fettuccine with the shaved white truffles on it, and then a veal chop, then a ricotta cheesecake, and then a bottle of Brunello. And I was saying,
was this the same night? This
is last night.
You confused the crap out of me. I thought you were talking about last week.
No, this is last night, and I live to tell about it. I'm here, but it got me thinking. I was like, that might be if I was going to the chair tomorrow,
that would be the meal.
That might be my last meal.
Well, I mean, you could be the way you've been going.
I was gonna say we don't want it to be your last.
And I posted it on the Let's Eat South Florida Facebook group, and I said, what would be your lineup for your last meal? And because
that's going to get a great response.
Yeah,
everybody thinks about that.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes it's not of your own choosing. It's like Jell-O through a straw.
Right. But no, that's one of the.
That's funny, but it is. I mean, when you think about it, everybody has always got these glamorous visions and delusions that they're going to be having, a plate of stone crabs at Joe's. But the truth is, you're probably on applesauce by then.
You know when you're going to go. But again, it's a game that chefs play with each other all the time, and food writers. It's one of those if you knew you were going tomorrow, what's on the table tonight? What's the last meal? So what's yours?
That I don't know. You know what? I've given consideration to it, and I don't know that I really have a plan yet in place.
You would just go to the track and just.
I can have a hot dog at the track, depending on which track it was and what kind of hot dog they were serving there. Which I was a big stadium hot dog guy for many years, and I'm sure you've had many conversations.
That will hasten your last
about
meal.
Stadium food, yeah. Which
if you have a lot of those stadium,
but as
hot
they've
dogs.
tried to go more upscale, they've actually gone backwards from what you really want at a ball game. That's what I find. I mean, I didn't mind those dirty water dogs that they had. They literally had the water out of the Hudson River when you got a hot dog at Shea, and the guy would take it out with a fork and put it on a bun that he had his greasy hands on and send it down through like 20 guys with no wrapper, and then fire a packet of Gould's mustard down the aisle, and it tasted great.
I don't want sushi at a ball game. I don't want one of these fancy
That's
steaks.
funny, I'm the same way.
Yankee Stadium has this new fancy steakhouse. No, I just want a dirty dog. Give me a Dodger dog. I love those
Dodger dogs. Were the very best. There's no
beer,
question about it.
some peanuts, and a Dodger dog.
Yep.
I'm happy.
All right, let's get into a sporting issue here,
Okay.
which I wanted to discuss with you because you had many years of covering the Miami Dolphins. And at one time, I mean, I don't know, when did the respect start to wane? I mean, people started to question whether Shula still had all of his faculties about him. He was starting to make some mistakes. The theory was, well, the game has passed him by. He said it about Chuck Noll. They said it about, Don Shula at one time.
I was
mean,
one of
others-
those. I didn't say the game passed him by. I just said
It was time. I felt like it was time.
He wasn't
Joe
relating.
Gibbs, I don't know that he ever got
He
that.
wasn't
got out.
relating to the modern players. Like his methodology wasn't working as well in terms of getting through and motivating and getting the best out of all his players. And I also think the way that he was trying to win games, he didn't evolve with the times maybe as well. And then that's why the chorus started especially because Jimmy Johnson was available. And that seemed like the logical choice. And Jimmy came, but he didn't have the same fire in his belly. And that's really, when it went to Wanstead, that's when the decline started.
Yes.
You could see that move coming, though. Were you at that press conference when they introduced, Jimmy said he was going to quit in the morning.
Right.
I remember I was doing a morning drive radio show at the time with a couple of other guys in town, Joe Rose and the great Steve Goldstein. And somebody got us word that Jimmy had just announced he was going to resign.
Right.
And we were like, get out of here. That's what day is it? It's April Fool's Day. What are you
given
talking
what
about?
he had, and he has to deal with the post-Marino fallout, and I guess, that it was time for Dan to go, and that was not handled the best way. And Dan ended up going to Minnesota for a season, right before he came.
No,
back
he didn't.
Dan never left.
He never left.
Moreno retired
What
probably
were you
2 years
eating last
earlier than he
night that
needed
made
to.
you- I mean, your memory is really
That was
shot
the thing
there.
was that they would trade him.
Wasn't
and then they
he
never did.
like?
He was considering
He was
going there.
considering, but
They
then he
talked
just
about it, and then he
and then
retired.
Wayne
And
had
he
a
decided,
conversation and said,
hey,
"No,
just
hey,
retired.
the way that Shula retired,
Going out the door as a Dolphin.
But yeah, then
Which I'm glad he did that.
Wanstead held his own. They had a couple of respectable seasons.
11 and 5.
Jay Fiedler, and it was Ricky. The whole Ricky drama, that didn't help, and that was the beginning of the end. And then as soon as it was Cam Cameron and the whole Ginn family, and they were drafting Boy Scouts and
Smoking Joe Philbin. Don't forget about Smoking Joe.
And now here we are, and now Steve Ross, has had the team, and it's not been the best ownership tenure. And I heard this week that his wife filed for divorce, but in the divorce papers, it said you can keep the Dolphins, all of them.
Doesn't want him.
Well, she was pissed off because he didn't get Deshaun Watson. And when he decided against that, she says, "What are you talking about? You're going to base this decision on morality? You immoral bastard!" I mean, So that was that, and so she immediately filed, and probably got
might
some
have had
really
to do with the whole Tua and
got some very high powered attorney, I would imagine, that's costing her did you have an attorney? You had an amicable divorce.
Yeah, they're still friends.
Oh, it was I don't want to get into this, but it was a one-day
Everything's
mediation.
on the table here, man.
All right.
Everything is a Degenerate Friday.
One-day mediation session. It
One-day mediation?
It was the most hellish 8 hours of my life, but it was very smart. I had
glad to remind you of it.
I had a very smart divorce attorney, and his motto was, he wants to make peace, not war.
Yeah.
And his strategy was, let's all get together and do a mediation session in December. It was right before the holidays. Everybody's in a good mood. They want to get to the new year and the new holidays.
Yeah.
And We worked it out.
Should have gone to that restaurant
Separate
you went to
rooms,
last night.
going back and forth.
Oh, really? That's
And
interesting.
Separate rooms.
Yeah, that was an effective strategy by the
Why
mediator.
not just the blue in the red corner like it was at my divorce?
But the
There's a guy there at the ring apron with a towel.
Here. He's
All
done.
right, we give.
He's
That's
done.
it, man.
He's done.
No more punishment.
Man, that's funny.
All right, see, you're great about this, Mike Mayo. This is what we love about you. I mean, you're the epitome of calm when it comes to this sort of thing, and that's why you have the kind of demeanor that it would take to, in the case of this place you were at last night, a very favorable restaurant review, and at the same time, you can be discriminating about telling people to never go to this place again.
Right, not the place last night, but I'm having.
But you'll put it in a nice way.
I'm having a beef with Houston's restaurant now. You know, this
Yeah.
chain that a lot of people
Well, you
love for a
trashed
long
him on
time.
your radio show. I mean, you just absolutely tore him apart.
I went there years ago, and it was like $40 for a steak, but I feel like I could have got it. And I look, all the people that like Houston's, it felt like it was Outback.
That's a place like they're in the no business. They have all these rules, and they say you can't do this, and we won't allow boaters, and no high chairs. We don't want kids.
We don't want rules.
And we don't want big groups. And and then I went in there the last time I went, a beautiful spot, Pompano on the water.
Yeah.
With my daughter.
by
It
the
was a-
Foundry.
It was a day off for school. I think it was a Monday holiday, and I just asked because my daughter is driving learner's permit, so she was going to drive home.
Nice.
And I asked for a Bloody Mary, and they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't have Bloody Marys on weekdays." I was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "We only offer that on weekend brunch because we make our special mix." And I was like, "So you can't just make a Bloody Mary to order without your special mix?" And they were like, "No, I'm sorry, sir, we don't offer that." So again, no. I didn't get my Bloody Mary, and it was still a lunch for two people. I had a French dip sandwich. She had a salad with some of the sashimi tuna. An iced tea for her, water for me, tax tip, $70 for two for lunch. And I don't need that. They're in love with their own aura there. So I'm just going to keep trashing Houston's because my motto is Houston's, we have a problem.
It's incredible, man. I
I'm
told you, my
going into
buddy Tony, who owned Gatsby's, he thought at one time that they were the best chain restaurants.
25 years ago, they used to have one on North
You
Federal
could count on
Highway
them. They were
in
consistent.
Fort Lauderdale. It was great. I sang
On the
their
up end,
praises.
yeah.
Now, forget about it. When you have that many rules, when you forget that you're in the hospitality business to please others, they're just trying to they're just creating their own aura. And you know what? It's the old Yogi Berra line. It's nobody goes there anymore because it's too crowded. They still pack them in. And
Is that right?
So they have fans, just not me.
I noticed a little drop off there by the local.
Oh, maybe you did. Yeah, well,
copy
they're
of the
going to the
restaurant.
Foundry now. I love the Foundry.
But you're talking about Houston's as if you were a Yankee fan, talking about the Astros. Unbelievable.
When you get on my bad
this
side,
Bloody Mary,
Defo,
yeah.
there's
Don't
lingering.
cross the Gambling Gourmet. Don't give them any losers.
And it's
People.
not about the one drink. It's not like I'm an alcoholic or anything. It's just that
they're sort of weird. There's sort of a weird air there. And it's not that it's a
their
nice
attitude,
place.
They're trying to be like snooty, and it's like they don't allow people to wear athletic apparel.
They don't merit snooty.
Do you understand the Capitol Grill is like $50 a steak and people wear sandals into the Capitol Grill?
Yeah, because
it's
they
South
understand.
Florida.
We're in South
Although
Florida.
they did give me a look when I went in there with the shirtless, the sleeveless shirt.
They may want a shirt on
with
you.
Nicks on it, like Hawthorne Wingo's number on the back, and they did seat me. That was good. So you never got to this thing before we get out of here.
What do I got to do? What am I talking about? I got to suck a jellyfish. I'm losing my mind.
You are. You're terribly lacking in focus these days.
What resurgence? They've won against some garbage teams. The only opponent that was any decent was the Thursday night at home
The
against
Ravens.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
And Baltimore might have gone out a little late on a Wednesday night. It was a short week anyway. So I'm not impressed by anything I've seen yet. Yeah, you beat the Jets, you beat the Texans, you beat a shot fighter. Buster Douglas would have looked more lively than Cam Newton last week. And
Cam was
if they beat the Patriots in December, okay, then you'll say this team has made progress. Right now, it's like they screwed the pooch on the season by losing 7 in a row. And Tua looks okay. The defense is finally doing what they were supposed to do earlier in the season. And what? So now they're gonna end up finishing great. 8 and 7, whatever. What do they play?
It's 17 games.
So
8
9 and 8. Yeah, another season of absolute 500.
Isn't that a weird record? I mean, 9 and 8.
I don't like that.
It's really confusing.
17 is my
games
number,
is
though.
a strange number of games. All right, so then again, the bottom line is, would you be inclined to lay 4 points? I know you're not a big sports bettor, Mike Mayo,
I'd be inclined to go to
capable
Gulfstream
of
and
handicapping.
plunge. I am plunging my guts out on horses on Saturday. I have no money left and no interest in putting any of my hard-earned money on the
For
Dolphins
those that are
or
inclined,
the
though,
Giants.
I mean, in your expert opinion, would
Put
you
a
be
gun to
inclined
my head. Let's
lay
see,
4
Giants
points against the
4.
G-men? They have Daniel Jones. They can't even turn his neck. He doesn't know what's going on. They've been lousy on offense. They fired their offensive coordinator, who was a mistake to begin with, in Jason Garrett. When was he known as, Dan Coryell?
Can I get a coin? Can I get a coin and flip it?
Coryell.
I have no strong feelings on this game. I think they'll win. I don't know if they'll win by 4. It feels like a field goal.
G-men, okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
I'll take the Giants and the points.
I thought maybe the
Only
white
Dolphins
truffle
win solid.
shaved over whatever that was, some kind of gnocchi.
Fettuccine, a nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
was,
nice.
Was going to
That's a nice
stimulate your
dish.
mind to come up with winners on the football.
I've got
slate.
winner. We'll talk Gulfstream. And
All
then-
right.
And just one point of clarification. I know we've been going long on this segment.
You still want to fire off more insults
Well,
about
no,
Houston?
Kyle. Okay. I just got.
Kyle. Yeah, you forgot about him.
I mean, I heard him
literally
taking
get it.
shots, and I just want to clarify for the record, it was not creme brulee on my shirt at Tropical Acres. It was cream spinach. Okay?
That was a little piece in your teeth, also, which is not particularly attractive.
You
when you're
you
talking
were
to the
wearing
food
some
critic.
stuff too.
No, I ended up doing the same thing. I dropped a baked potato in my lap.
Yeah. Is that a baked
sour
potato?
cream.
You're
And
just
of course,
happy
the
to see
sour
me.
cream side happens to hit your pants, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, Sally is just looking at us like, "Whoa, these
Slobs.
old
I
geezers."
need to get these guys bibs in the steakhouse.
We didn't even order the
Even lobster
lobster.
night,
and we
yeah,
need-
You might need a bib tomorrow in this claiming crown thing if you don't come up with a couple of winners. All right.
I'm going to talk. Yeah, I got some things I like. I got an angle tomorrow.
He's
but we'll
Mike
talk
Mayo,
about
the
that.
Gambling Gourmet, and I do want to talk about a place, though, and a great friend of ours, of course, Joey Esposito. Speaking of degenerate gamblers.
So when am I
and
getting out there with you
players.
guys? I've actually never been there.
You know what? You're going to have to
we
come
got
because
we'll
Partridge
bring you
Man.
and the lovely Shirley.
we have an
love.
invite, actually, Mike Mayo,
Yes.
with Charlie Partridge, who is now a defensive line coach with Pittsburgh.
And an
He was
elite.
on the show with us yesterday, and he said that next week they're going to have a little time off, and they come down here on recruiting missions.
Yep.
As you might imagine, this is the place to recruit, the fertile grounds.
Oh, and
of
he's
South
from
Florida.
here too.
And you will see the occasional recruit. I don't know if this is in violation of NCAA rules. I guess the kid is paying for his own dinner there.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll have the shrimp ayejo, and the kid's ordering for his own separate ticket. But I have seen,
Oh,
those
Joey
guys
could
in
just
there.
take a picture, use his likeness, and then pay him for his likeness, right?
Yeah, now he could throw him a couple
There
of
you
$1,000
go.
to
And that's
mention
not
the
on
fact
Partridge.
that, hey, if
Yep.
you want a romantic setting, but, it's casual dining at the same time, very sophisticated, there's no better combination.
Love Cafe,
Cafe
Seville.
Seville.
It's one of those places when people are asking, "Hey, Mike, where should I go? I got friends coming into town." I always say Cafe Seville. It's there on Oakland Park Boulevard and Bayview Drive, right in between Federal and the Intracoastal. Joey and his better half, Sally, they've owned the joint for over 2 decades. It's been around since the mid-1980s, and it's
Wow.
got classic Spanish and continental cuisine. Defo loves all the fish dishes with the different sauces, the
phenomenal.
Veracruz
Phenomenal.
sauce. I was in there. I had some great fresh grouper and swordfish last time, but I can't resist the shrimp and garlic sauce. Joey brought us out some escargot because I've never had it. And he puts a little sherry, he makes it a little sweet with the tomato sauce. It's beautiful. And the stuffed field chop is one of my favorite dishes in town. He stuffs it with 3 cheeses.
They hate whenever you mention it, though.
Oh, yeah, because they run out of it's like, gotta go slaughter a
you
few
wield
more
a heavy
baby
hammer there.
calves. The stuffed with 3 cheeses. He got the manchego, which
Oh
is
my
a Spanish cheese, mozzarella, and Parmesan. He melts
Nice.
it up with some chopped basil. It's a
Making
beautiful
us hungry
dish.
here, man.
I was gonna
Go
say.
to Cafe Seville. They're open every day, but Sunday. Sunday is the day.
Gotta rest.
Joey goes to church, except
Good for
his
him.
church is named Gulfstream Park.
Our
so-
Lady of Paramutual, it's known as. Yes.
we love
I've
Joey
prayed
and
there
crew.
many
Go to
times.
Cafe Seville and tell them that Defo sent you, Mayo sent you.
Always
We're
a
all
festive
saying,
time. I've never had anything but a good time in
Love
there.
the
And
place.
I've been there with
Great
some people
service.
that, things went south during the course of dinner and still had a great time at Cafe Seville. Great food also right here in town. If you're out of town here, we're in South Florida. If you guys are watching from any other destination and are placed geographically, and when you come to South Florida, Cafe Seville is one of my first recommendations. All right, we're coming back with more. We have some horses to discuss with
Yes.
Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet. Of course, it's opening day today at Gulfstream Park, and it's a Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday. We're here on Eye on Channel. I don't know how you are with this kind of stuff, Mike Mayo. You seem to be able to handle levels of bureaucracy pretty well,
Ugh,
right?
I had to deal with some
I
stuff
mean,
this
being
week.
with the newspaper and everything. I mean, they always had like a lot of procedures where you don't have that in the electronic media. Is we're day to day in electronic media, whereas you guys were pretty long term. But I don't know if you're good with insurance programs. You're seeing a lot of commercials for different insurance plans, and who
that
knows
time of year.
which one to go
Re-enrollment.
with. Yeah.
Oh, and it's a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, and you click on that site is gone.
Very
it's
confusing.
dead. The laws are very confusing. You hit it right on the head. Confusion being my middle name here, and it's almost frightening. So don't do it alone. Head to HST. You can get them on the phone. HST Insurance can speak with a licensed agent free of charge. You can speak with a licensed agent free of charge. Call today and make an informed decision. If you don't call, it could cost you money. It's like the bets you hold back on that come in and win. Call today, 855-282-8022. 855-282-8022 for HST Insurance. More with the Gambling Gourmet Mike Mayo. We have Mike Lubitz, Jack Namer, and Brad Schiller writing all the technological aspects of this thing today that we're doing on Ion Channel. Very happy to have you guys with us here on the program. I'll be with you for a while longer.
When we come back,
yes,
I have a list of the restaurants, places I've eaten just in the last 7 days, in the last week. Do you want to go through it?
Do we have
No,
time?
we need to.
Do we have
All
enough
you have to do
time?
is stand up.
That's a shot, but I deserve it, and it's absolutely true. And
Yeah.
I look like a chipmunk now. I've got
You look
things-
happy.
I've got like a squirrel. Like I've got nuts stuffed in my cheeks. That's going to last me for the whole winter.
It's documented too. I mean, this isn't going to be, like the Hunter Biden emails, and they show up on a laptop a couple of years from now in some repair shop in Detroit. This is documented on Let's Eat South Florida, and that's the Facebook page you can see around the world. For all you people on Ion Channel, and it's fantastic. I mean, if you're looking for restaurant ideas, I really do dig the existential protocol discussions that come up. In other words, where people start trashing each other over, whether the tip should be included on parties
people
at
go nuts.
18.
The credit card surcharge.
My water glass wasn't
tipping,
full within 3
the
seconds,
seating
so I walked out.
policies,
Yeah.
the not taking reservations. Oh my God, it's
People really get after it on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but
it's
hey,
like
it's,
the Jerry Springer show, only on social media. All
You
right,
know
we're
what?
coming
It's-
back with more in a moment, Michael. Now that
The time.
it's 9 o'clock.
Destination Sport Miami is here to revolutionize the sports landscape in South Florida. The largest indoor multifaceted sports complex in North America is on the way, with distinguished leaders of its various sports programs and unparalleled access to the finest indoor training fields and facilities. Destination Sport Miami will set South Florida apart as the destination of choice for elite athletic training and development, and for its dedication to youth programs and sports on all levels. A phenomenal concept and a powerful undertaking, Destination Sport Miami will also be an important commodity in the sports business community as well. Destination Sport Miami, its time has come.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table, hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
These days, we're all looking for comfort anywhere we can find it. Thank goodness for Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill in the Plantation location, because they are making sure you are as comfortable as possible. First of all, they're not only open for delivery and pickup. All you have to do is go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both pickup and free delivery. Their hours have changed a little bit. Monday through Thursday from 3:30 to 10, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 11:30 to 10. You're going to have the best wings in the world. You're going to have a great burger. You're going to have their amazing soups. Again, Landlubbers Raw Bar and Grill. It's nice and easy. Just go to landlubbersbarandgrill.com for both your pickup and free delivery. Thank goodness for Landlubbers for making you always feel right at home.
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deel Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy, with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at deelvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. or give Anna and the team at Deel a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deel Volkswagen.
Since day one of Old School, we've had Catholic Health Services be part of our family. They are recognized as the quintessential rehab facility in the Southeast for strokes, but it goes well beyond strokes because Catholic Health Services is in the community of South Florida to help the community stay healthy. And if they're not healthy, get them healthy and get them back on their feet quicker than they could have ever expected. They do it every single day. It's step and repeat, 24/7, Catholic Health Services.
Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet. Now, a lot of people like to bet soccer. You are looking at the Euro.
I'm a soccer fan. I spent part of my junior year abroad at the London School of Economics and Political Science. How I ended up...
It's a little sophisticated for people that are on our show.
To be on
London School of Economics.
My career has taken strange
Yes.
and mainly downward turns, but it's okay. I'm very
You can live with it.
comfortable.
Just be who you are. That's the name of the game.
I am living my best life,
Burying yourself
and
with this show.
betting my worst bets.
Buenos dias. The cafecito is piping hot. Why not enjoy it with Defo and Lubie? It's now time for the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show, a Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday here on Ion Channel. Hello, New York on Ion Channel.
Nationwide.
Nationwide.
Content
Chicago.
distributed everywhere.
Detroit, LA. I sound like Huey Lewis on the news here.
Detroit.
We're going
LA.
global. We're going global.
2022 is going to be our year. I feel it. I just wish we could get there already. And you probably do too, because you may not get there under 260 the way that you've been going. And Jersey Kyle took a couple of liberties with your good name, suggesting that he had also witnessed. He's a member of the Let's Eat South Florida team there. And by the way, welcome back, people, wherever you happen to be, whether it's New York, whether it's Cleveland, whether it's Chicago, whether it's Dallas. Watching on Ion Channel or just Googling the Defo Show at, plug it in there, the Defo Show. There we are. This is the Gambling Gourmet, Mike Mayo, a longtime food critic for the South Florida Sun Sentinel, an outstanding publication, which garners great respect.
Pulitzer Prize winning multiple
Yeah.
times. I
All
was
around
part
the
of a team
journalistic
that-
world.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic publication. Always had a great sports section back in the day, man. You had some,
I was
some
part of
sports
it.
writers there.
I mean,
so many guys went on to great things.
The roster of talent that came out of there. Mitch Albom,
Yeah.
who obviously is now
spending Tuesdays with Maury, with a dead guy,
from Bill Plaschke from the LA Times.
Oh, really? An outstanding sports writer, well respected. And you see him on that idiotic show.
Around the Horn.
What is that thing? Around the Horn.
Around the Horn.
Where we were talking about it yesterday. How do they figure the points out?
I don't know.
Because the guy will say, yeah, I think they should run the ball. And then all of a sudden, it's like 9 points for that.
It's scored by, as long as I guess stay away from the East German judge, and maybe you're going to get some points. It's funny, when that show was in its nascency and when they were first assembling the crew, I heard that I was in the run, apparently somebody was going to contact me, but I had just jumped over from sports to news, so maybe I blew it.
That was a mistake. You had a giant career in television, which now you're resurrected.
I am. Look at
on
me.
Ion Channel. Hey, New York, how are you? You may as well address these people. But all right, so you had what? You had Plaschke. You had other guys. Who was the guy
Tim
that had the flood
Rosafort.
pants? Hummer.
Well, Steve Hummer.
The baseball writer who was like
Gordon Needs.
Eads was amazing.
But then, of course, there was the guy who went to Chicago, Bernie Lincecum, and then he ended up
Bernie
in
was
Denver.
big, yeah,
He was at the Sun Sentinel.
He was a sports editor.
Larry Dorman, who became golf writer at the New York Times.
Tim
Rosafort, who became very big on Golf Channel and
But
NBC
Dave Hyde was
Sports.
still there.
Dave Hyde is a luminary who's still there.
He can't believe you're still on expense account from the Sun Sentinel for
I kept the card. They never said
food
anything.
account. This
cut it
guy,
up.
they won't even. They make him pay his own expenses on the road now. That's the way
Do they? Wow.
the newspaper business is. All right, so we want to get into a bunch of things because it's the opening day of the Gulfstream.
You want restaurants or horses? We're going to do horses.
I'm going to go with your list first here because Kyle took a couple of shots at you.
Well deserved. I mean, I
have been mystified. I mean, by the amount of food that you have been consuming at various places. If indeed you are finishing all of this stuff that you have. You're doing a lot of food
that's
porn.
the question.
I
A lot of
call it-
food porn on Let's
Oh,
Eat
I'm
South
not one
Florida.
of those two bites.
Are you doing the bite? Is
I'm
that
not-
what you do?
No, I'm not one of those critics that just says,
You're
I'm
not
just going to
Portnoy,
have
yeah.
two bites. No, if it's good, I don't want to waste it. I'm going to eat the whole
Yeah,
thing.
as you should. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insulting not to.
But
guy who put it out there.
I'm in what I call eating shape now, Defo, which is when
But
you
I mean,
start,
like
you know,
Joey
you
Chestnut.
get a nice little
Yeah,
like,
eat this much.
stretch.
Chestnut
you know.
works out.
Some people do stretching their ligaments. I stretch my stomach. I go like I do my and
Chestnut can't keep up with you the way that you've been, and it would be appropriate if you were sitting in Old Sparky today.
I call myself I'm a great white shark. I just roam around, keep going forward with my mouth open.
So this
Whatever
is good too,
falls in
because
is
people
good.
are looking
So-
for the holiday
so-
ideas, and they're also coming into town from out
I
of
think
town.
I have an eating disorder because here's the rundown of
You're eating
the
disorder
places-
and that order.
Yeah, this and that everywhere. Places that just since last Saturday
Right.
that I've been to. Okay,
So this is only Friday.
and yeah, so this is my last
It's less than a week.
of eating.
We're gonna-
Less than a
Even
week.
Keel Fish Shack in Lauderdale by the Sea. I went there for brunch for the first time. We
Right.
love them, sponsors, and I saw Dave and was able to try some of their brunch menu items. Had a really good lobster Benedict. They had little eggs Benedict with some lobster on top,
Oh,
and
jeez.
they also had a chicken. Not chicken and waffle, but like a chicken biscuit. It was excellent.
Ooh.
And they have a new scallop dish that's scallops with gnocchi.
It's been a while since I've been to Even Keel.
So that was Saturday.
This was breakfast,
Oh, this is one meal.
like for breakfast.
and then I went to the Fish Grill that night after seeing the finale of
That place
of
gets good
Highlight
reviews. Yeah.
at Dania Highlight. Right around the corner is a place called the Fish Grill. Basic, unassuming place, not fancy, but they do a nice job. And they make this thing called snapper souffle. It's like a fresh snapper fillet, but they put a little bit of like a cream sauce with tarragon and some other things that kind of like puffs up. I don't know how they get it, but it's a
sounds
really
amazing.
good.
Well, we should
dish.
really be on the other side of this set here because they have an actual
They have a
kitchen
kitchen.
set up
Yeah, I
there.
was
You
gonna
could be
say,
making some of this stuff and do the old before and after coming out of the other.
So Even Keel Fish Grill.
Yeah.
Sunday then Pizza Spot.
Pizza spot. I mean,
my,
that's
my
a whole
man
day's
Wade
eating
and,
in and of
and
itself.
Reese, and I went with a crew. Joe Casale, who's good guy.
Is
Former
this guy on the
sports
road
agent.
covering a lot of sports?
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
what is
he
doing?
works. He does. I guess he's on the stat crew or spotters for different
He was in
radio
New
and TV.
Orleans for
He's in
the
New
game
Orleans on
last night.
Thursday night. He's former lawyer, sports agent who now he loves sports and he loves New Orleans. So he was, I guess, working on the radio broadcast, but went with him and a bunch of his friends to the Pizza Spot. And Wade is off until. They're taking a week off break, so they're reopening on Tuesday, December 7th. But I had my usual hot cherry peppers and bacon
Very adventurous.
bomb pizza, which I nearly killed Defo with that.
That one was
time.
particularly hot, though, and I'm inclined to get spicy stuff. You mentioned Cafe Seville. I'll go for the Santa Fe sauce, and I don't mind if they spike it.
Yep.
I like hot stuff in general, but that one. That
That's
was a little
a little
overwhelming
much.
in the humidity and the heat of a dead summer day here in South Florida.
The rest of my crew, they went mellow with the margarita pizza. It was delicious. So
Yeah,
that was
those
Pizza
guys
Spot.
were eating vegetables. I was picking myself off the floor.
Then after that, let's see. On Tuesday, I went to Tropical Acres because I love getting my half-price bottle of wine and had a steak. And actually, I took out Wade from Pizza Spot. His wife was out of town. It was his birthday. He had never been there, so I took him for a filet mignon.
Classic joint here in South
And
Florida.
then after that, ended up at a place called Tropics Grill. That's not a strip club in Pembroke Pines. Where celebrating my buddy Willie's big score, the poker tournament, we were drinking rum, and they also have fried rice and chicken. So that was like our dessert. Then Grandpa's.
Wait
for
a minute.
lunch.
You went to
Wait, you're
Tropical
still
Acres.
wait,
at
we're
a
still doing this?
steakhouse.
Yes.
Had like everything, and they always,
We didn't have
accommodate
dessert
you.
there. So
Okay, so and then you're eating like fried chicken later on.
no, it's like a grilled chicken. It's kind of like a place. The owners are from Guyana, and they have a lot of Chinese influenced food. So it was kind of like a Chinese.
This is like a
fried rice.
diagram for death. You were painting
You
here.
lost me a long time ago. Like
This
you're
is,
still.
I mean, this is your. I understand it. These are all in the same
Great,
week. We're not even to Wednesday yet. Lubie, we're going to run out of time on the show.
I have a problem.
wait,
And then I have a buddy that's
You
in
have a
town now
problem.
that's staying with him. I took him to Grandpa's for some. We had a deli lunch. I had matzo ball soup and
Oh,
pastrami.
did you see the
Oh, and I
gold bagel at Art Basel?
It's a gold.
I did not see that.
There's a guy has like a sculpture. It's a gold bagel.
Oh, we're going to talk about that later.
No,
Lunch
Art
box.
this on Miami Beach, but maybe it was from Grandpa's, and he just, dipped it in gold.
Went to Southport Raw Bar. Had that
You went
was the
there
other-
too? Get
the
outta
other
here.
night for dinner. I'm losing track of the days. I went to a place called the Sticky Bun, which is a breakfast joint in Deerfield Beach.
How many breakfasts
You
did
go out for
have?
every meal? Like, this is impressive.
This is a sickness. I can't help it. But I'm
Can we
just-
issue
make a
several
sandwich?
disclaimers here for the people? We don't recommend that anybody ever eat like this in their lifetime.
And then
You never just have like some
I
fruit.
I
Did you
concluded
go to
with
the gym at any time in between this?
the big truffle feast at this Casa L'Aqua in Delray Beach last night. Now you can just roll me home. I'm going to actually go into this new Sprouts supermarket that has all this good
There you
organic produce.
Good man.
This weekend, nothing but salads. That's what I say, Defo, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Man, that is wow.
Wow, that's amazing.
I got a buzz just thinking about all of that food, and you know, I mean, I was thinking this is like a, you know, just a public service announcement for diabetes that we're doing here.
Amazingly, my
I
numbers
mean,
were
what's
good.
next? You have to prick your finger right here on the on the
Yeah,
set.
exactly.
All right, we have some horses for courses. Mike Mayo, an outstanding thoroughbred handicapper, also. He's won a lot of
Next,
money.
Yeah,
on
I've got some
small
angles for
amounts.
tomorrow. I've got a strategy for tomorrow. You're going to see what's going to
Claiming
happen.
Crown is kind of interesting. You would think you would do well. I remember doing a feature many years ago, a TV piece, and we were interviewing the great D. Wayne Lucas on the backstretch at Hollywood Park. And he said to us, and quite sincerely, even though he's known for winning at the time, he was winning all these big stakes, like Winning Colors running and all kinds of great horses. He was in the heyday of his success. And he said, oh, we're out here trying to win the third and the fourth race on the card. That's the nuts and bolts of the industry.
Grind
D.
it out
Wayne.
every day like poker players. You just keep grinding.
Just grind, yeah. I mean, so this is a nice tribute that Gulfstream Park pays. It started out at Canterbury Downs,
right?
And I'm glad that they adopted it here at Gulfstream Park. It was a nice move. Billy Batchett really, understands the horse racing business, and they're inclined to do things like this, which pays homage.
It's a nice
to the workhorses. It's like
the
giving
workhorses,
employee of the week to Lubie.
A horse that run for a
Thank you.
tag at
Right?
some point during the year, all of a sudden you step up. They have him eligible for some bigger money.
I mean, who's doing all the work here? It's Brad. He's behind the scenes. It's our good friends here doing Jack.
The
They're doing all the
workhorses.
work. Amy, they're behind the scenes.
I'm just
here.
the jockey that comes in 10 pounds overweight.
Lafitte, man, you're going to start eating half a peanut
Half
just
a
to get
peanut,
back into
it's,
playing shape. But, all right, we're coming back with more here on Ion Channel. Once again, a pleasure having all you guys tuning in. We understand from various locations around the country. And where do you think? Are we big in Detroit by any chance? I'll have to get the numerology on that.
Right now, I'm pretty big everywhere.
Anywhere, yeah. Well, the green screening doesn't help either there. It's really true what they say. All right, coming back with more on Ion Channel. Just Google the Defo Show. Tell your friends. We're here Monday through Friday. Get
Nationwide.
started at 7 and go to 9:30 Eastern time here on the mornings of Degenerate Fridays. Deel Volkswagen involved here in Gulfstream Park, which opens up today. I'm surprised you're not making plans to be out there for the first race post time.
I don't want to get too over zealous. Just going to
Remember
chill.
when they had like the rotating meets though, and that was always like a clean slate, like you got a new
Yep.
record. You were getting buried in Aqueduct, but they were moving to Gulfstream. I mean to Belmont, or and Gulfstream would switch to Hialeah, and you felt like, wow,
Right. There was a change in seasons. Now it's just everything is there at Gulfstream, and they just they changed the title. We went
Yeah.
from the fall meet to the
It was
championship.
like a Degenerate Etch-a-Sketch.
And I guess what the championship meet it actually runs now from today until the day
Almost,
of the
May,
Florida Derby day. Like I think it's the end of March, and then they go
March,
until
yeah.
their spring meet.
Yeah.
When
They have all kinds of things going on there, so it's
great.
going to be a lot of fun. Yeah,
I'm going to be
Florida
down
Derby, the
there.
highlight.
And, I'll put in an appearance tomorrow. I got to go check it out.
Yeah, what was the name of that
Ribs.
12 ball that won the
I got to finish out my list of the week by eating some the honey glazed spare ribs at Christine Lee's at Gulfstream, because that's
Sure, you'll have one.
oh,
few
there goes the
dumplings and everything
salad
else.
already.
Yeah,
I blew the salad
already out the window for tomorrow. Okay, you start Sunday. All right,
Start January 3rd.
We'll
That's
finish
a good
things up.
date.
Some horses from the Gambling
Exactly.
Gourmet, Mike Mayo, and wow, I mean,
I've got a strategy for tomorrow, Jeff.
Yeah, it's
but we'll
called
talk about it.
Have Fork Will Travel. All right,
I don't even need a fork. I use my hands.
hey, head down to the Keys while you're on this roll and stop
Oh, I gotta
by
have
Jimmy
one of those
Johnson's Big Chill.
seafood pizza pies.
Yes.
We are going to be heading down there
When?
on a future show.
I'm coming.
on a Monday.
I'm just going to crash that
You
part.
should come down there and enjoy yourself for a couple of days over a weekend at Jimmy Johnson's Big Chill, and then we're going to do the Monday show with Jimmy right here on Ion Channel. At least that's our understanding right now. That's coming up in a few weeks, so part of our holiday fanfare here. So lots to look forward to, and we'll get some picks from Mike Mayo, usually a pretty astute handicapper. In a moment, now that. It's time to start picking some more winners out of the form.
Play the ponies in style at Champions, the outstanding simulcasting room at beautiful Hialeah Park. Yes, the grand old lady of thoroughbred racing has never been more vibrant, and you can wager on the races from the top tracks around the country while enjoying a cocktail at the Brass Rail Bar or any of the fine food served throughout the facility. If poker is your game, you're covered in style, and you can play all your favorite Vegas-style games, including blackjack, craps, and roulette, in Hialeah Park's sizzling hot casino. Get a player's card when you walk through the door for all kinds of generous amenities, including our favorite, free play, when you come out to the ultimate casino and entertainment destination, Hialeah Park.
Hey folks, Tony Segreto here. What if I told you you could go to a great restaurant, feel completely safe because their COVID protocol is unmatched, have an amazing meal, have a great time. When the bill comes, you won't get sticker shock. You're going to say, that's too good to be true. No, it's not, because I'm talking about Texas Roadhouse. Great family atmosphere, great atmosphere for a couple, great atmosphere if you just want to go by yourself and watch a game and have the coldest beer in town. And while you're doing that, have the best bread in town. All at Texas Roadhouse. Everything you get there is fresh every day and made sure it's served at your table hot and ready to go. And the best part is you don't get sticker shock because the prices are amazing. Texas Roadhouse.
Hey, it's Mike Mayo, Even Keel Fish Shack. You know that's a Gambling Gourmet favorite. It's right there at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard and that hopping corner of Lauderdale by the Sea. Even Keel Fish Shack. It has all the great seafood that you want. They also have some other things for landlubbers, but they're known for their oysters, grilled oysters, daily specials. Fish and chips are great. It's elevated yet casual seafood. Even Keel Fish Shack. Our friends Brad and Dave and Deborah, they know how to get it done. A1A and Commercial, Lauderdale by the Sea. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet Mike Mayo sent you.
Recently, we realized it's not just hurricane season that can hurt us. Any time of year, things can happen to your home or business. And the insurance company can be your friend, but they also can be your enemy. Horizon Public Adjusters, Justina Testa, are here for you to help this process go so much easier. Before you call your insurance company, call Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa at 954-809-8752. Would you go into court without an attorney? So why would you go up against an insurance company without Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa? 7 to 10 times more money recovered with a public adjuster than if you went on your own. If there's no recovery, there's no fee. Give them a call at 954-809-8752. Why go up against insurance companies alone when you can have Horizon Public Adjusters and Justina Testa on your side?
Buy or lease a Taos and take it to the house at Deel Volkswagen. Anna and her team make your next VW purchase or lease so easy with new inventory rolling in daily and the biggest selection of certified pre-owned vehicles in the business. You can make your deal online at deelvolkswagen.com or visit the beautiful showroom in the classic location, 3601 Bird Road, right in the heart of the Gables. Or give Anna and the team at Deel a call at 305-448-DEEL. Jettas, Passats, Tiguans, Atlas models, and the hottest vehicle in the industry, the new Taos, all at unbeatable prices and all ready to roll off the showroom floor at the #1 Volkswagen dealership around, Deel Volkswagen.
You know, we're now that it's football season, it's time for cliche talk. You know, it's like
Stu Dickman is going to take. That's my alter ego, Stuart Dickman, and the Stuart Dickman
so if
Show.
you could run, so here's my encapsulation of handicapping every football game coming up this season.
All right.
If you can run the ball and control the clock, obviously you're in a good position to win. But also defense. You need the good defense because defense wins championships. Now, of course, if it's a really close matchup, it could come down to the special teams. And then when you get to the fourth quarter, it's all about who wants it more.
Yes, who wants it more? Good for you. That was the good capper.
The best way to kick off your day is with Defo plus Lubie. We now return to the Defo Show.
Welcome back to the show. It's a Deel Volkswagen Degenerate Friday, and we're in deep stretch here at Gulfstream Park, and very happy to have you with us on Ion Channel and all of the various outlets, audio and video streaming now 5 days a week here with the Defo Show. You can Google the Defo Show.
Worldwide.
And, pick us up there. Yes, and worldwide.
Nationwide.
People weighing in from all over the place. All right, somebody has weighed in, and before we get to your selections, opening day, Gulfstream Park, I don't know if you...
Tomorrow,
I
Saturday
you're
card.
talking about the Saturday card you've been taking a look at. Kyle was handicapping while driving. He had a racing form. It's like, you can't drive like that. It's just ridiculous, especially with the small print there now. I
Yep.
mean, one thing to pick out a buyer speed figure while you're driving, and you got the racing form in the passenger seat. But the professor weighed in with his college football picks, so we couldn't connect with him. I think he was out cold earlier this morning when we had him ready for the show. So, Lubie, I'll let you run through these real quickly before we get to Mike's handicapping at Gulfstream Park.
He's got a whole bundle of them.
They are on the screen, but if you are listening,
All
we know
college
a lot of
games,
people
yeah.
stream us, thanks to Doug. If you are listening to what we do here the Professor's Plays coming off a 3-1 week, and the one loss was very weather-induced because Ohio State probably would have won that game if it wasn't a freaking snowstorm. Northern Illinois +3 and a hook over Kent State. Baylor getting 5 and a hook over Oklahoma State. Utah State getting 6 over San Diego State. Georgia laying 6 and a hook over Alabama. And Iowa in that Big Ten championship game getting +11 over Michigan.
There's your Polyman double dot theory.
There's a couple that were double dot. Yeah, there were a couple that were
challenge where you get confirmation or affirmation from 2 different sources that you have respect for, Mike Mayo, on a game. So both Mark Lawrence, he was all over this Iowa +11.
Yep,
I mean, he sees double digits and he literally
He just runs. Yeah.
Yeah, he starts having convulsions. He can't wait to get his money in. And the professor going with Iowa +11. Here. So both thinking that Michigan maybe flip-flops a little bit. That was part of the Mark Lawrence theorology.
The flip-flop dog.
Yeah. And,
Flip-flop doggy.
Yeah,
Okay.
flip-flops. They had the big win as underdogs. Now they flip-flop as favorites and failed to cover an 11-point spread. Very interesting line of logic there by Mark Lawrence.
Big
who had
day. Big sports day
statistical trend backup of enormous dimensions and proportions.
Yep.
So, yeah, I mean, it's great. These people, they get deep in the statistical analysis. I know Kyle was all, jacked up about the opening weekend, and he had his racing form. I'm going the opposite direction this weekend, Defo. I am not thinking. I'm not analyzing. My motto is less thinking and more drinking.
There you go. Nice.
And I have $200 that I'm going to put into action tomorrow at Gulfstream Park. I am going to be doing a couple of things with this money.
Okay.
My late old friend Roy Slanoff. I don't know if you knew Roy.
I knew Roy Slanoff.
Yeah,
rest his soul.
He was associated with dog racing, right?
Well, and he worked in the publicity department at Gulfstream for a long time. The great Joe Tannenbaum, and
very nice man.
Roy had a really dark sense of humor. I remember the sign on his door said, "Tomorrow, the world may end, and or you might die." So,
oh, jeez, okay.
Both reasonable possibilities, yes.
But Roy, he loved to box numbers, especially like in the get out race. He would just say 2378, just box the 2378.
Been doing it a long time.
And so there are 11 races at Gulfstream tomorrow. I am going to do a 50-cent try box in every race, 2378. That will cost you $132. With the remainder of the money, a lot of the top jocks are staying in New York tomorrow because they have a big card at Aqueduct. So then my theory is always bet the best jock. And Paco Lopez is my man.
I love Paco. Yeah.
Paco Lopez is named to ride all 11 races. He's got 11 mounts out of 11.
What?
He stays busy.
How do you do that?
Yeah.
I don't know, because usually, 11 race card, you take 2 races off, you write maybe, 8 or 9. He's named on all 11 races. So I'm going to take $5 and put it on Paco on every one of his mounts. So that's another 55. That brings us up to 187. I'm actually going to be friends with Jersey Kyle this week, and I'm going to put another $10 to win on his horse, which happens to be number 3, which would be good for me. 15 to 1 shot in the 6th race that he gave out.
2387.
So I'm going to put 10 to win on his horse, the number 3 in the 6th race, which will also be in my box. So hopefully at 15 to 1, it'll come in and key a nice trifecta that'll win. And that puts us at 197, right under the last $3. You know what you do with it?
Get a hot dog.
No. You tip the tote clerk, just because that's the way to do it.
Nice.
Even 200. And then I'll sit back
You're
at
at the door.
Christine Lee's and just start knocking back maybe a salad, probably the ribs, a couple of boxes.
I would bet against the salad there.
It ain't going to be a salad.
I'll give you
I'm
4 to 1.
Not the way you're eating.
Against. All right, Mike Mayo, the Gambling Gourmet. You can catch his work on Let's Eat South Florida, all around the world, That's an outstanding food website that they have in conjunction with the Sun Sentinel on Facebook. 66,000 strong. A lot of great local ideas. And like I said, a lot of people are going to be coming to town here for the holidays.
One of Paco's mounts tomorrow is perfect for me. It's in, I think, the 5th race. Called Uncork the Bottle.
Oh, I know it's going to be called Taco Bell, which is going to be probably the only place that you haven't eaten at in the last week. I had a dinner with Paco Lopez, a great guy. He has tremendous stories. I mean, some of the stories about how he evolved into the position he's in right now as one of the top jockeys in America and a very desirable mount for any degenerate gambler, because you know he's in there trying at Dada's in Delray.
Nice.
In Delray, which I think you gave
he talked about Dada's.
somewhat favorable review to.
It's a beautiful place. It's open late night dining there.
Yeah, they went through a remodeling, though. I don't know if they're back open again.
Oh, they're open. Yeah,
all right, Gambling Gourmet, always a pleasure, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Have a great weekend,
Mike
everybody.
Lubitz on Lubie Cam, excellent job. Brad Schiller, tremendous. Jack Namer, I mean, really, really great people to be associated with. Amy, 2022 going to be our year if we make it out of this one.
I don't know. My odds are looking.
That is still very much up for debate.
My odds are looking slimmer as
We're
I get fatter.
do it real
Slim
big.
would
It's
be
gonna
the
be
key word there. All right, we'll see you guys Monday at 7 in the a.m. Eastern Time. Don't forget to tell your friends, ionchannel.com, or just Google the Defo Show, and we'll have a lot more for you as we head into the holidays. And, of course, we'll have our review with John Kajemi of all the big college games and the weekend in the
and
pros.
those fins.
For Mike Lubitz, Mike Mayo, Jersey Kyle earlier today, and all the people here at Ion Channel, I'm Jeff Deforrest. We'll see you next time as we leave you now that.
The time.
It's 9:30 Eastern.
Let's go to eat a damn snack.
Look what they done to my soul.